Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
The Free Medical Clinic provides primary care at no cost to the working poor. Every day, thousands of families live in fear, afraid to get sick or injured because they have no insurance and low income. But FMC removes that fear. We help people get back to work, back to school, and back on their feet, keeping our families healthy and our economy moving forward.
Especially for our rural and minority neighbors.
With a full suite of services, top-tier medical professionals, FMC is redefining what healthcare looks like for the underserved.
For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Josh Anderson is a Republican who has fought for families across Anderson County throughout his adult life. Josh is a farmer, a husband, and a father. For 4 generations, his family has lived in Anderson County. A graduate of the University of Tennessee, Josh has served on the Anderson County Commission for 7 years and served as chairman for 3 years. Josh is a businessman who will put his experience to work for all of us. A supporter of term limits, Josh believes 2 terms as mayor is enough. Josh Anderson believes leadership starts with listening.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results, 546-1111.
Upgrade your home with stunning natural gas appliances from Oak Ridge Utility District. Enjoy 0% financing with approved credit and turn your dream kitchen into a reality. Call today for a free estimate, get free delivery on all purchases, and enjoy handsome incentives on our appliances. Free delivery, 0% financing, and impressive incentives makes now the perfect time to switch to affordable, safe, and reliable natural gas. Don't wait. Choose Oak Ridge Utility District, your affordable energy choice. Call now or visit our website to get started.
Bring the whole family together at the Free Medical Clinic Holiday Ice Rink at Roane State Community College, Harriman Campus, all of November. Glide on synthetic ice with family and friends or go skating for the first time and create joyful memories for all ages. Leading up to the Roane State Christmas tree lighting on November 17th, where everyone skates for free.
See you on the ice. Bye.
For more information, go to fmcor.org, fmcor.org.
Welcome to the Friday Night Scoreboard, brought to you by the Free Medical Clinic. I'm your host, Coach DJ Pendergrass. Exciting couple days of football. Yes, it has been. Great games Thursday and Friday. Already up to date with who's going to be playing tomorrow. Games got pushed back, so those games will be played tomorrow. I think we have Oneida at 2 o'clock tomorrow, and we had Midway at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Looking forward to those games to see who's going to win, who's going to move on to round 2. And we already know a handful of teams that's moving on to round 2. And we also know a handful of teams that will not play anymore until next year. It is over for a lot of these teams. Some are moving on. We're super excited about the playoffs. The playoffs have been everything we wanted them to be. Not for everybody, because some teams are losing. Like my favorite team is out of there, and I can't believe it. I'm baffled. I'm befuddled. I don't understand. Last night, I went on a rage, and I was just raging out in my house, on social media. absolutely disgruntled, very mad, and I couldn't stop. I mean, I just kept going. I kept going and kept going. I didn't understand what happened there. So I guess I should be a coach one day and stop coaching from the sidelines or the stands on my recliner, I guess. I don't know. But for you fans out there that get upset when you lose and you rage out, I understand. Everybody don't understand. They get mad at you. I don't care. But there was some raging done last night when the Oak Ridge Wildcats, I don't even want to talk about it right now. We'll come back and talk about the Oak Ridge Wildcats here later on. That's in 6A. They had an amazing run. 9-0 start going into play Maryville. Went down to Maryville bad. Maryville plays violent, and they figured that out pretty early. And they wound up being 9-1 Oak Ridge, and as well as Maryville, because they took their first loss first week versus Alcoa, then went on a 9-game winning streak. Oak Ridge had a 9-game winning streak and took their first loss at Maryville, and both teams now 9-1 going into the playoffs yesterday. Again, we ain't gonna talk about Oak Ridge. We'll move forward, but I do plan on to have a lot of different coaches tonight. I'm excited to talk to a lot of the winners that we know is moving on to the second round. A lot of great games out there. The weather. What about that weather? The weather was not friendly to a lot of ball games tonight. And, you know, what do? You get rained out? Do you move it back? Do you have to reschedule the game? Do you cancel it? You know, week one, we had this same thing happen where a lot of games wound up being a no contest. A lot of games got canceled. I can go all the way back to the Rivalry Thursday game, week one, at Powell versus Anderson County. And actually, that was a Rivalry Friday game because Halls and Oak Ridge was the Rivalry Thursday game, week one. Oak Ridge took that victory, obviously. But Anderson County was just giving it to Powell. It seemed like Powell was trying to figure things out. A little bit too late. Rain delay, another rain delay, cancel the game. Fight in the parking lot. Police came. Not going to reschedule the game to play on Saturday. And but a lot of games, week one, wound up being like that. And because of the weather, a lot of teams moved their game forward. They said, let's just play Thursday. Cofield played their game Thursday. Oak Ridge played their game Thursday. They went ahead and got that out of the way. And I know one of those teams is definitely out of the way. We'll talk about that later. As I mentioned, again, hope to get some good coaches on here tonight. Talk about these victories, guys. I want you to call in. I want your opinion about your football team, your favorite player, the play of the week, what have you. Let's talk about somebody else's football team. Let's just bring it all to the light right here, right now on BBB Communications Friday Night Scoreboard, brought to you by the Free Medical Clinic. Let's do it. 865-483-8112. That's 865-483-8112. And as I got into the studio today, I have my brackets ready for me to fill in. I have my pen. I have my brackets, and we're filling all of it in. And Rockwood with the huge upset over Hampton, your defending champs last year in Class 1A football, goes down to Rockwood. Rockwood will move on to the second round. Shout out to Coach John Webb and those Rockwood Tigers. I know the community of Rockwood is just in pure joy tonight, as they should be, knocking out the previous champs of last year. And that was a big upset, one would say. But I'm excited. I'm excited for Rockwood. It's in our demographics. It's where we are. They watch us. We watch them. We try to keep up with everything. So congratulations again to Coach John Webb and those Rockwood Tigers. You guys are moving on to the second round. Cofield, they had a game versus Cloudland last night. And Cloudland got rolled over there. That was not a pretty score at the end there. And Jaden Bunch took care of business early and left the game early. I don't think he played 3 full quarters in in my opinion. So shout out to Jaden Bunch and those guys out there. Coach Benson Napier does a great job with his team, and the community has always rallied behind them with one heartbeat, supporting the Cofield Yellow Jackets. Super excited for Cofield as they move forward. Oliver Springs takes down North Green. They will have to take a trip to South Pittsburgh. So week 2, round 2 of the playoffs, Oliver Springs gets a win. Congratulations to Coach Biggs, those boys out there, Coach Harper and my boy Ricky Jett and Bokey and Cooper Jones and Jordan and all the guys out there that I've had a chance to be able to coach, and I can just keep on naming those guys. I don't think it'll stop. I've coached a lot of them. Shout out to Carson. He got him a touchdown. Last play of the game, number 21, Carson Seaver catches a pass from Bokey over the middle, and he dips, he ducks, he dives, makes it all the way to the end zone. Oliver Springs wins that ball game. And it looks like we have somebody on the line. Let's see who we have here. Friday Night Scoreboard, Coach DJ. Who do we have on the line?
Hey, it's Coach Price from Grace Christian Academy.
Let's go, Coach Price. Let's go. Look here. So I don't know how true it is. Before we go, congratulations on your victory. Not sure how true it is, but I heard it's a rumor going around that the Rivalry brand is coming to Grace Christian School next year and televise your ball game.
That's what we're hearing, man. I think obviously we got a very talented BGA Battleground Academy team coming here. You know, it's just going to be two really talented football teams with a lot of high-level talent on the field. So I think it's going to be a good one for a lot of people to see.
So you telling me I need to be there?
That's right. And if you're not here, you need to tune in.
Well, I want to see the pageantry. So I like to show up to the game. And I love what you do with your kids.
Oh, yeah. Well, they'll obviously, it'll be a tough test. And you're talking one of the top teams in the state coming here. But it's, our kids are playing with a lot of confidence. And, to have that quarterfinal game at home is big for us.
Well, I'm excited for you. Obviously, we've been on here a few times. We talked about some of your players and the attributes that they bring to the Grace Rams and, the things that the program does. And you know me, I like to highlight those guys up front, the guys in the trenches, the guys that really make everything happen on both sides of the ball. So, once again, let's hear some of those names of the big guys who handle business in the trenches.
Yeah, our offensive line, I feel like I've talked about them more than any offensive line group that I've ever coached. And, we had all 5 of them back from last year, and they're just continuing. They're protecting our quarterbacks. They're opening up holes and for the running backs and the receivers. And, it's just been a solid group. Colton Brooks, left tackle, Keaton Abe, left guard. We're playing 2 centers right now. One of them, our starter got hurt, Caden Black, so Kingston has stepped in there. And then Big Will DeLong at right guard and Kane Gang at right tackle. And those guys, they worked well together. Coach Kerr's got them dialed in here late in November, so we're excited about it.
Hey, it's a great thing about that. You got all season. That's for us as fans. It probably don't go by as fast as for the coaches and the players, but us as fans and the media, it's gone by so fast. 11 weeks of regular season has gone by, and here we are, playoffs. Week 1 is gone by. It's over. So now we're moving on to round 2. It's a great thing to be able to gel at the right time. Do you feel like you guys have gelled at the right time?
We have. I think when you look at the flow of our season, you start out 4-0, and we had some injuries to Terry on, to Trace and Derry, and you're still trying to find your identity. But early on we started maybe about that 3rd game is when we really felt like we found out who we're going to be, specifically offense. And had a couple games there in the middle of the year that were just tough. We lost a close one at home to a team out of North Carolina, and then went down to Boyd with Coach Rankin, and one score game in the 4th, and they pulled away. And but then we went to Sevier County and found a way to win that one. And ever since that night, it's just the confidence our program has, the belief in each other and the program. It's just been it's been fun to watch our kids play with so much confidence and at a high level.
Yeah, and I remember that Sevier County game vividly. It was an amazing display of talent, both sides of the ball. Seen some amazing plays and things that happened, but you guys taking that victory was huge. Now, could say that you've played the talent that you need to play throughout the regular season to prepare yourself for these big, strong battles that you'll have in the playoffs?
I do. I mean, I think the North Carolina team was, just some speed and very good up front on defense and a really talented quarterback. And then, obviously Sevier County's, arguably one of the top 1, 2, 3 teams in 5A, and they're depth. I mean, they got a power 4 quarterback and Cooper Newman. So, obviously, that speed, you want to see it. Obviously, when you can win them, it's even better. But, I think those games are going to prepare us for what's going to be coming here Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm excited about it. Has Terrion threw a touchdown pass yet, Coach?
Terrion has not. He's still on the injured list, but Terrion is. If he was out there, I'm sure he'd be throwing them, catching them, and rushing them. He's just a phenomenal football player. We'll be so excited to get him back on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just kind of threw one at you. I knew you told me the last time we spoke that he said he was going to come back and he's going to throw some touchdowns, next year. So
yeah,
that's really good.
Oh yeah, he told me he wants to throw for 1,000, rush for 1,000, and pass for 1,000.
Hey, let's go. That's Mr. Football for sure right there. And speaking of Mr. Football, you had 2 nominees that I'm aware of that was a part of the Mr. Football conversation. One actually made it to the semifinals list. That's Jace Ballard. How does it feel to have 2 nominated and actually have 1 in the semifinal list?
Well, it's huge for our program. Last year, Terrion was a semifinalist as a sophomore.
Yes.
And Weston Edmondson could have had a good shot at it as well. This year with JB, just being a freshman, I'm sure he's in the conversation for sure. And, obviously we'd like to have him up there too. But, just to be in the conversation of freshman just speaks just the type of season he is and the future that he has. But you can't say enough about Jace Ballard. I mean, he's about as an electric player that I've coached and really even seen in person. I mean, his acceleration, his ability to go get the football is impressive. But what I think a lot of people underestimate with him is his how tough and physical he is when he runs the football. So it's Jace has been fun to watch. He made some plays tonight that were huge, and just about every time you get in the ball, when he's on your team, man, he may score, but I think it makes other team hold their breath just a little bit.
Yeah, like Steph Curry shooting the 3-pointer.
No doubt.
You think it's going in every time? Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt.
Absolutely. Well, how's the special teams doing, Coach? Special teams can make a huge difference. Are your special teams ready for this next game coming up?
Yeah, I think, I do. We've improved so much. That was one area we felt like, in year one, we didn't do bad on special teams, but we made a very point of emphasis to just improve in that phase of the game. I mean, I think at times last year we did well, but, this year we've just made a point for us. Really my brother, Matt, he helps a lot on the defense with Coach Craney and really helps me on offense, but has even taken a bigger role in special teams just so that we know that we're making it a priority for us. And, tonight Braden Walker is our kicker and punter, and he's done a tremendous job for us. I mean, executing the point out, the PATs, and on kickoff now, he's putting them in the end zone most of the time. And that's huge when you got to make them drive 80 yards. So it's been a point of emphasis for us all season, and I think we've seen the results of that investment we made in them.
Absolutely, and it's all about results. As a matter of fact, it's a slogan right now for OEB Law, just results, and you guys are capitalizing on those results. What's it like, man, being around a Jonathan Cox in your program? What's that like?
Mr. Cox, man, he's awesome, man. I tell you, all the time, it's like he runs all of Knox County youth sports and sports in general, man. He's involved in all of it.
Yeah.
Jonathan's just about as good as they come. He's had so much success as a coach everywhere he's been, whether it's golfing at Farragut or basketball with Coach Wright at Fulton. I mean, he's just he's a selfless guy. It's not about him. He just wants whatever he's involved in. He wants it to be at a high level, and so he's coaching middle school basketball and helping out the high school now at Grace, and his son's on our football team. So, he's a big Ram now. We're lucky to have him. Yeah, indeed. I had a huge meeting with my boss the other day, and he was talking about, the art of to be a master. Mastering your craft, honing in on your craft, to be a master at it. To be a master, you're able to teach somebody else how to do it without, any struggles. Do you feel like you're a master at coaching? Well, I don't know. It depends. Sometimes sometimes on Friday nights I don't feel like I was. Sometimes you do, but I think it's a passion of mine. I do. I think God's called me to be a coach. I think being a coach for myself, I think it's prepared me for being a better parent, or even some tough times that I faced, with my little Jack, and when he was going through his battle with cancer, and and just in relationships, because I think coaching is you're pouring into other people. You have to be selfless. You got to make it about other people. Yeah. And then getting everybody to work together. And so it's, I think God's put me in here, not only He's called me, but also to help me become a better person. And, I think when you go to work like that every day, and you get to spend time doing something that you love, and also that helps you to become a better person, it's fun. So it's, we're enjoying what we're doing right now. We got great staff here at Grace, and, so I don't know if I'm a master, but we enjoy what we're doing. Well, I enjoy watching it, Coach, and it looks like your players take it serious, and looks like they're trying to master and hone in on their particular position or positions, and the end results are where you are now. You're on your way to the second round of the playoffs. Tough game coming up at home, televised. Coach, good luck on that game. Rooting for you. I'll definitely be there. Man, I appreciate y'all having us on this evening. Always. Thank you, Coach, for calling in. Yes, sir. Go Rams. So that's Coach Justin Price, Grace Christian Academy, head coach of the football team, has a victory, and they're going to move on to the second round. As he mentioned, that they have a tough game coming up next week. And as we mentioned, the rumor mill says that the rivalry brand, Mark Packer and his crew, will televise that game, so we're looking forward to that. I do know that Mr. Packer said he will put on the social media sites, follow Rivalry Thursday on all the social media sites. I've seen him on X, I've seen him on YouTube, I've seen him on Facebook and Instagram, so all the social media deals. Follow them if you don't already follow Rivalry Thursday, and you can find out where they're going to be. So if your team is going to play in the second round and you can't make it, you can keep up with it on your phone. That's going to be on WKNX The Knox. WBR is Plus is a free app that you can download, and also it does stream live on Rivalry Thursday's Facebook, so you can keep up with that game. If this to be true that Mark Packer and his guys are going to be there, you can watch that game if you can't make it out to Grace. If there's any changes that I know of, obviously I'll let you know. And it looks like we have another coach on the line, and I'm going to see who it is. This is a surprise Friday. I don't know who's on the line, but we're going to find out. Thanks for calling in to Friday Night Scoreboard. It's Coach DJ. Who do we have?
It's Coach Webb.
Coach John Webb with the big upset. Congratulations, Coach. You took down Hampton. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the previous Class 1A football state champions.
No. They went to the state championship a few years ago in AA, but
AA. Okay.
They hadn't been. They came runner-up a few years ago. I think it was 21 when they were runner-up.
Okay. So that means, if they won the state championships, was it South Pitt last year?
DJ, I'll be honest with you, I know South Pitt played in it. I'm not sure if they won it last year. I may be wrong on that, but it's not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to fact check that. But still, a big upset. Hampton come in, I believe, 9-1. You guys' record came in 6-4. And you took care of business there. Now you're going to move on to play Sail Creek. Where's that game going to be at?
It'll be at Sail Creek.
Now, how far is that of a drive for you?
It's not too bad, maybe a little over an hour. It's just straight down 27 going in Chattanooga, so it's not bad at all.
Absolutely. Now, did the weather get real bad for you out there?
No, we're just not leaving up here though, and it's raining a little bit on us. But no, we had clear skies throughout the whole game.
Good deal. How my boy Aiden Nominette do? Your leader quarterback there.
He did well. He, it was under a lot of pressure tonight and handled it pretty good. So we was able to hit some passes, when we needed to throughout the night. Missed a couple that we probably wish we had back, but anyways, did pretty well.
That's good, Coach. But tell me a little bit about your special teams. Did the special teams help you pull through? How's your special teams doing?
Well, we've gotten a little bit better throughout the year. We don't have a true punter. We got an athlete back there that's punting the football, trying to get it down the field. And our kicker, he's was inconsistent a little bit first of the year, but he's gotten better as the year went on.
Now, how important is that during practice? How often do you have to have your kicker just kick the ball, and then your athlete kick those punts?
We start practice every day with our special teams, and then we do it just individually throughout, the start practice, and throughout the practice, about halfway through, we'll run them live. And so, yeah, we're working on them, pretty much constantly. We're trying to do them a couple times a day because we feel like that's very important.
Oh, yeah, it's a win or lose a lot of times in the special teams, and those areas are really important. You got a center, and his name's Colin, is that correct?
Yes.
He's a senior. He's been looked at by some colleges, is that correct?
Yes, he sure has.
That's good. Big guy, number 71, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, he showed me that he's very impressive. He's a dog, Coach. What do you feed him?
Well, I don't know, but he enjoys being in the weight room, that's for sure. He's done a great job, over the course of his career here, getting bigger and stronger, and and just working on his game, and he's just got better, throughout his career.
Yeah, he's always been good, but you can really tell that he's definitely working on his craft. Now, has he always played center, or was that something you needed him to do this year?
Yeah, we've played him there. We didn't really want to play him there. He's more of a tackle for us, more than likely. He's as big as he is, but he does such a good job of getting the offensive line set and does a good job snapping the football. So we tried to move him away a time or two, but we always seem to go back to him. So he enjoys playing it, so that's good for all of us.
Yeah, great leader on the team. As you guys do finish up the season, hopefully at the state championship, that's going to be one that's not going to be there. Have you already are you thinking about who you're going to use next year? Who takes that guy's spot? That's a senior leader that, like you said, has a passion to get in the weight room and get better.
Well, it's always on our minds, as football coaches, what we're going to do here or there. But, right now we're just trying to focus on what we're doing week in and week out here and just try to, we know that we're in the playoffs and we've got to win to keep moving on. So we're just trying to look forward to the next one.
Yeah, indeed. Coach, a lot of these games are being streamed online. Somebody's streaming. Somebody has it on broadcast. Do you know if your game will be streamed next week for the fans that can't make it out to Sale Creek?
I'm not sure, but I think just about everybody around here has got NFHS, the network there, and I'm not sure exactly what Sale Creek's got, but, anybody that subscribes to that can look on there and find out, that's for sure. So
okay, good.
And a lot of people, if they don't have it, they're kind of streaming it live on Facebook. By my understanding, I do know social media, but I hear other coaches talking sometimes.
That's one thing I always told my parents. Don't go live during my games when I'm calling plays, and don't show the highlights either, because you're giving them the playbook. I don't need that.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
So the winner of this game, Rockwood Sale Creek, will take on the quarterfinals of the winner of Cofield and Joe Burns.
Yes.
One game at a time. I'm not going to push that far. That's pretty much just for the fans there. Coach, I'm wishing you the best of luck. Came on talking about you as soon as we got on. Great upset there, knocking off Hampton, 9-1 Hampton, and taking care of business. That's that Roane County thoroughbred that you sent out there. Ain't that right, Coach?
Well, I hope you're right on that. But again, I thought our kids played well tonight, and we were able to travel all the way up here. About a 3-hour drive. We're just now getting started on the way back, so we'll head back and have a little rest this weekend and get ready to go on Monday.
Now, is that a time change for you?
No, it's not.
Okay, still Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, Coach, throw out some of those names, some of those guys that really helped you push the needle today to get this victory.
Well, I mean, we've already talked about a couple of them. Brady Harvey did a great job for us tonight. Pensley, Jaden Davison, Adrian Darby. They got us off to a good start, broke a couple of long runs early. And we just, overall team effort, I'll be honest with you. We had guys that, just probably played some of the best football they played all year long, and that's what we're looking for right now in these guys.
Yeah, and I was just talking to Coach Justin Price, head coach over there at Grace Christian, and I was like, it seemed like his team has gelled at the right time. Do you think that the teams that you've played up to now is going to prepare you for the Sale Creeks of the world, the Joe Burns and Cofields of the world, the playoff world?
Well, I mean, and personally, I do. We play a pretty tough schedule. Obviously, we play a tougher schedule than most around here, and it is what it is. And we do that for a couple of reasons, and I do it because I do like the competition, and I think it does prepare us as we go along throughout the year. Sometimes it can hurt you, and it did. Playing a tough schedule, put us behind the 8 ball and got us a 4th seed. But hey, we're not going to whine about it. It is what it is. We had a chance to finish second and just couldn't pull it off. With a win against Kingston a couple weeks ago. And, so we're not making any excuses. We're just going to go play whoever they tell us to play and see what happens.
Quarterfinals, semifinals, the next two things. I know it's one game away for you, Coach. One game at a time. Do you have a chance to have a home game?
Don't think so. I think they would have to go to the semifinals, and it depends on what year it is. They just bracket it, on one side or the other, not go with a higher seed. I actually think that there is that possibility if we did make it to the semifinals, but not the second round or the third round.
Gotcha. Well, Coach, I'm rooting for you. Congratulations to the Tigers. Big upset tonight. Moving on to the second round, I'm rooting for you. And again, as I spoke last week, I hope to hear from you around the same time next week.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it, DJ. Thank you.
Coach John Webb, head coach of Rockwood Tigers, knocks down Hampton, the 9-1 Hampton, and I apologize for giving you misinformation. I thought for some reason they won a state champion last year, but I'm gonna have to do my research. That's on me. I apologize. We'll figure that out. But for sure, 100%, they were 9-1 going into this ball game, and I'm pretty sure they knew they had this game in a wrap until the Tigers came roaring. Super excited for the Tigers, guys. I'm going to take a small commercial break, but when we get back, we're going to talk some more football, we're going to talk more playoffs, and we're going to talk to some more coaches. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
The Free Medical Clinic provides primary care at no cost to the working poor. Every day, thousands of families live in fear, afraid to get sick or injured because they have no insurance and low income. But FMC removes that fear. We help people get back to work, back to school, and back on their feet, keeping our families healthy and our economy moving forward.
Especially for our rural and minority neighbors.
With a full suite of services, top-tier medical professionals, FMC is redefining what healthcare looks like for the underserved.
For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Josh Anderson is a Republican who has fought for families across Anderson County throughout his adult life. Josh is a farmer, a husband, and a father. For 4 generations, his family has lived in Anderson County. A graduate of the University of Tennessee, Josh has served on the Anderson County Commission for 7 years and served as chairman for 3 years. Josh is a businessman who will put his experience to work for all of us. A supporter of term limits, Josh believes 2 terms as mayor is enough. Josh Anderson believes leadership starts with listening.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results, 546-1111.
OEB Law, just results. Welcome back to the Friday Night Scoreboard, brought to you by the Free Medical Clinic. The Free Medical Clinic's mission is to provide medical and now mental health care to low-income and underinsured or uninsured residents living in the Anderson, Morgan, and Roane County areas. Free Medical Clinic is also the sponsor of this show, and we like to thank them for everything that they do, especially starting the mental health, because it is very important, guys. If you need any help, whether it's mental health, substance abuse disorder, or you need your health checked out, there's no bill, fmcr.org. Make sure you reach out to the Free Medical Clinic and let them know that we sent you. And again, Free Medical Clinic, thank you for all that you do. Welcome back to the Friday Night Scoreboard. I'm your host, Coach DJ Pendergrass. Just got off the phone with a couple amazing coaches, Coach Justin Price, Coach John Webb. Justin Price out there at Grace, John Webb at Rockwood. Rockwood knocks off Hampton. And we've talked about a few of these games already. Rockwood knocks off Hampton. Now they'll play Sale Creek at Sale Creek. Not too far of a drive. It was a 3-hour drive for Rockwood to get out to Hampton. So I know they're excited about that. Obviously, they didn't have any bus lag. Cofield knocks off Cloudland pretty convincingly, and Joe Burns knocked off Whitwell, Whitwell's been pretty good over the years. So that's going to be a match. The winner of the Rockwood Sale Creek game will play the winner of the Cofield and Joe Burns game. So next week we'll find out who's moving on to the quarterfinals. South Pitt took care of business. Red Bowling Springs are bowling right now because their springs are empty, because South Pitt emptied them, and they will no longer have any more games to play. South Pitt moves on. Strong, competitive, fierce, athletic team with a great fan base, and they travel well as well. Alva Springs took care of business, knocking down North Green, and in North Green, by the way, and Alva Springs are on their way home. They have week 2 at South Pitt. That is going to be a challenging game. Anyone that's watched this show heard Coach Derek Jett and I talking last week. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough ride. But one thing we do know is Oliver Springs is the team that beat South Pittsburgh last year, and the first team that has beat South Pittsburgh in the Morgan-Roane County area in 6-7 years, like 67 years. It's been a long time, if not longer, if anybody has beat them. So they should have confidence going down, knowing that they had compete with them, although they was knocked off later on by them pretty convincingly. But South Pitt is a great team, super athletic, great fan base, and they do travel well. But today, next week, Alva Springs will be traveling to South Pittsburgh. So we'll see how that goes. Excited for our guys, Cofield, Rockwood, South Pitt, and Class 1A football in the playoffs, all moving straight to the second round. Super excited for them and everything they do. Looks like we may have another surprise on the line. Maybe not. So I want to talk about Class 2A football. Eagleton, third year in the playoffs, round 1, knocks off Cumberland Gap, and they move forward to the second round versus Grundy County, that won against Cannon County. Cannon County goes down, Grundy County moves forward. Second round is Eagleton of Maryville. They're going to move forward and play Grundy County next week. If I find out where that game's going to be, I'll let you know. and it looks like a few more games in Class 2A. Oneida, we got to figure out the 2 p.m. game, so we won't find out if Oneida will move forward and play Gordonsville, when Gordonsville had knocked off York Institute being 1-9. I'm pretty sure that game was is that the game that they just forfeited altogether, or is that Chattanooga? So Gordonsville 10-0 obviously was going to knock off York Institute. Very good program out there in Gordonsville. And the winner of West Green and Oneida that will be played tomorrow, pushed back because of weather, will play the Gordonsville in second round of the playoffs. So that's our demographics here in 2A, a lot of other games that we could talk about. But we want to make sure that those that are out there viewing, that are watching us, that support us, that we want to make sure that we get those games out. And anybody outside of the area that does have teams that are playing, if you want to give us some insight, give us a call, 865-483-8112. We'd love to hear from you, your coach, the fan base. Anybody out there that's want to give us a call, we'd be more than happy to talk to you and learn a little bit about your demographic and how things are going in your area. Moving on, 2025 TSSAA Class 3A football state playoffs. We have Gatlinburg-Pittman knocked down Kingston tonight, and they will be playing Forest, who knocked off Chattanooga Prep. So round 2, Gatlinburg-Pittman, which most likely will be a home game for GP, as they went 10-0 this season in Class 3A. Man, I know everybody's happy that Alcoa's gone. 10-0 in Class 3A. Probably got that home game, and they're going to play Forest next week, and GP probably will have that home game. Anybody have any information on Gatlinburg-Pittman and want to call in and talk about GP? We want to hear about it. Gatlinburg-Pittman had an amazing season. I know, like I said, everybody's excited that Alcoa is no longer in 3A, so that changes things around here. So McMinn Central. The Chattanooga Central was the team that forfeited. I don't know who they were supposed to play, but it was Chattanooga Central team that actually forfeited, decided not to play. McMinn Central played Pigeon Forge today. Pigeon Forge goes down. McMinn County knocks them down, and we'll find out who that team was that Chattanooga Central canceled on, and it's going to put them out the playoffs for 2 years. They will be suspended from playoffs for 2 years for not, and they will also be fined, I think it's $1,000, maybe $2,000 for not taking on that game. So they'll have to pay for that gate. So looks like we have a surprise on the line, and that's about all I have on 3A. We'll pick up on 4A here after we get off the line. Let's see who the surprise is. Friday Night Scoreboard, Coach DJ. Who do we have here?
It's Coach Turner.
Coach Turner?
Yes, sir.
What's up, Coach? How you doing?
I just going down the interstate, man, watching it rain.
Well, it looks like you made it rain tonight.
Yeah, it was a good game, man. We come out strong first half, got up 21-3. Didn't play as well the second half. Little, some flags, things going on, but proud of our guys for sticking that one out. We knew that they would come out second half ready to play and did what we had to do to win. So big win at Betsy.
Absolutely, Coach, and that's what we're looking for. And I know you wore those black helmets tonight, didn't you?
We did. We had black helmets on tonight.
Coach, do you feel like that you've played the right competition, that your guys are ready for what comes in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I think our schedule, you play Falls early on, you play Alcoa, and then you play Heritage and Carter to a 3-point game. I think just the battle test of the season, we've been in close games and know how to play full quarters. So I think if we can continue to play full quarters and, limit the penalties, I like our chances.
Yeah, absolutely. I like them with you, Coach. You guys have always done a great job. You do a great job leading those young men. And it's important that you gel at the right times and play the right competition. Would you agree to play these games? You have to play the right competition, and you have to gel at the right time.
Yeah, man, 4A is it's unreal. I think it's our region, especially 4A Region 2, one, holding up physically, and we've been blessed. We were banged up early on in the season and sort of got better as the season went on, but, you're still one player away, but, we've been fortunate, and I think a lot of that is, we're still lifting 3 days a week and getting it. Our guys are still getting stronger and lifting heavy, and we sort of feel like that's a big part of why we're, staying healthy this time of year. But, you just go out and play, and, I tell them, we were 0-0 when we started tonight.
That's right. That's right, and everybody that started tonight 0-0, and some of them still are 0. They're out of there. So you guys will play Red Bank. They looked like the 6-4 Red Bank took on Macon County. Do you think that was a surprise? Did you have Red Bank coming out on top of that?
Well, we knew that would be a really close game. Sort of two different styles of football. Red Bank's super athletic and fast and, those top things. So I figured it'd be a close game. I know Red Bank's played a pretty tough schedule as well, and their 4 losses are to really good football teams. So, I think those games have helped them as well. So it'd be a big challenge going down there. The crazy thing is we're playing on grass for the first time in probably 4 years. So, we're going to have to learn how to play on grass again, I guess.
What do you do? Like, do you take your players and practice somewhere different?
No, we've done that before, but at the end of the day, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. We hadn't had to deal with it a whole lot, but I don't think it's supposed to be nice next week, so I don't think it'll be a big issue. But obviously playing on turf every game for a long time, it is different.
Do you feel like that's an advantage for the dirt field teams?
I do. I do think. When they're used to playing on grass, not that it's a huge difference. I think it's a really nice field. We played down there in 2009, and obviously it was a good field and good shape. It's just, turf's faster and ball bounces a little different on turf and those type of things. So it's, it's just part of it,
How far is that trip for you, Coach?
About an hour and a half, maybe, something like that. A little closer than going to Betsy tonight. I believe it's about an hour and a half.
Gotcha. So Elizabethan was a little bit farther away?
Yeah, it's about 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah, I know you guys take the coach bus, that's right?
Oh, yeah, man, we on the double-decker right now.
Let's go.
Yeah.
By any chance, you knock off Red Bank next week, you make it to the quarterfinals, and, you'll play the winner of Upperman and Alcoa. Obviously, Alcoa will probably have the home game. Is there any chance of you guys winning to the point that you will have a home game prior to the championship?
If we win second round, we're at home.
So Alcoa comes to you.
Alcoa would be coming to Gibbs third round if we win.
Let's go. Well, best of luck to you there. I would like to see that. Matter of fact, I want to be there and experience the atmosphere that you guys have, the pageantry that you guys display prior, during, and after the game is, it's up there. Top 3, Coach. Definitely top 3 of what you guys do.
We got to get to the top. We got to get to the top somehow.
You got to get to the top because I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm a nomad when it comes to going to all of these different football games. That stuff they do at Anderson County is different.
Well, Knox County won't let us shoot off fireworks so we can match it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Knox County, you can't shoot off fireworks in Knox County. It's against the law.
You can't.
Nobody does it.
You can't shoot them in Oak Ridge. I wonder who gave them a pass last night.
You never know, man. I guess I ain't got enough pull. I don't know. I need to work on that.
You need to pull me in, Coach. Let me work on them for you.
Yeah, I know the legalities out of that. We'll shoot them. They get us okay. We'll shoot them.
Oh man, I did not know that. That is news to me. Well, there you go. There you go. There's your answer. In Anderson County, that's a little bit more country out there, I guess, and they don't mind it. So, well. Since that's being said, you're definitely 1.5, Coach, because I know.
All right, we're getting there.
Yeah, you're almost there. We just got to figure out how we can cut that red tape, and I'm gonna do that, Coach. How's your special teams doing?
We're doing well. We got a Mr. Football finalist with McKell. Our kicker was nominated top 5 finalist for Mr. Football. So he hit a big field goal tonight. I think it's 38, 40-yard field goal tonight, which was a big kick. I think he's kicked like 50 out of 59 out of the back of the end zone on kickoff. So, you know, he's a big weapon for us as far as when it comes to field goals and not having to cover kickoffs. So that's a big deal in high school when you can kick in the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. That definitely helps out the special teams. Throw out some of those names, Coach, that really helped you, put a stake in it for tonight.
Well, DeJuan Harris, player's game by far. He, I believe he had, I think, roughly 90 yards receiving, probably 60 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. He had a hit on the quarterback that knocked the quarterback's helmet off. Just phenomenal game. Wow. He was our guy tonight for sure. You know, our quarterback threw for over 100 tonight. Our running back had 30 carries for 130. You know, running for 130 yards against Betsy is not easy. So he had a big game as well. Tucker Owenby.
Absolutely. Who's number 9?
Chase Norman. Chase Norman's the one that's got all the offers. We think he's got 11 D1 offers. A little under the weather tonight, but he still played well, played the whole game. And, his stats don't go crazy, but if you watch him on film, every run that we get because he's blocked somebody and kicked somebody out. He had a couple receptions tonight as well, but he's just a leader on the field. And, 6'5", 240, big guy.
Big guy, and you know what, you talk about offense, and the stats really don't show, the stat line don't show for him. But when I came and watched you play versus Heritage, I recorded a lot of that game, and I made some highlights, and this guy was on every tackle. I don't think anybody else got to tackle that game.
He's a baller. He's got a really high football IQ, and, if he don't make the tackle, he's setting it up for somebody else to make the tackle. So
absolutely.
He's played a lot of football for us. He's played since he's a freshman, so he's going to do really well.
Absolutely. So how did your fans travel tonight?
It was okay. I think the rain and the storm might have slowed a little bit of down, some of the crowd, but we still had, half the stadium full, and our loyal people were there. But I do think the weather might have, held off some people. And as soon as the game was over, it started pouring. So
wow.
we did it. We were very lucky.
Wow, and that's what I was going to ask. Did you have any rain delays, any weather delays?
Oh, man.
You got through that.
As soon as the game ended, I'm talking before we got off the field, it started coming down. So it was perfect timing.
Did you have your Jordans on, Coach?
What do you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Always, man. Got some Jordans on.
That's what I'm talking about. Coach, yesterday I went to work and I made sure to wear my white War Eagles hat. And after work, I had a luncheon with some business partners from a law firm, and I don't know if you know him, Kevin Prince, I believe is his name, but he came up to me because he just wanted to see my hat, and he's like, that hat looks good. He's a bearding guy, but he loved my hat, so I appreciate the swag, Coach.
Absolutely.
All right, Coach. Well, guys, drive safe back. Praying for your safe trip back home. And like I said last week, I hope to hear from you around the same time again next week. Congratulations on the victory.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
All right. Coach Brad Turner out there at Gibbs High School. Gibbs High School gets a victory. They're making it home, and they will travel to Red Bank. If they win at Red Bank, the quarterfinals is their home game. I don't know what Upperman is like, but I do know what Alcoa is like. Upperman, I know they have a good record. I don't know what their competition is like, through a whole season. I don't know if they've had the games to prepare themselves to go play at Alcoa Tornadoes, although Alcoa is new in Class 4A, and Anderson County did knock them off. I expect Alcoa to continue doing what they're doing, and that's just destroying everything because they're tornadoes, and I expect the swirl to come through. Hoping Gibbs wins against Red Bank. Again, that's our demographics, guys. No shade at all to Red Bank. No shade at all to Upper. And if you guys are out there watching, in fact, give me a call. I want to learn about your players. I want to learn about your demographics. I want to know about the teams that you played. How was the competition? Are you guys prepared? Call in 865-483-8112. But in our demographics that we get now love for every day, every week, and true support is Gibbs, Alcoa, in the East Tennessee area. So definitely hope Gibbs can take care of business there, move on to the quarterfinals. That'll be a home game. And you know what? If I'm Mark Packer next week, I don't know. Playoffs in 4A, if Anderson County takes care of Stone Memorial and Greenville takes care of whoever they're playing, then he's going to have a decision to make. Do you go and Greenville versus AC? Do you do that game? Huh? Or do you do Alcoa at Gibbs if both of those teams win? So the rivalry team has a decision to make, and that's going to be a couple great games. Greenville's always tough. Greenville-Anderson County is always a great game, and it's always long spread. So they've been fighting for a long time, and, of course, Gibbs, Coach Brad Turner is doing a great job out there, and Alcoa, we know Coach Nix does a great job with those guys. So looks like we got a phone call. I'll take a phone call, and we'll talk a little bit more about Class 4A football before we move forward. Thanks for calling in, Coach DJ Pendergrass. Who do we have on the line?
You've got the boss man, Michael Hendricks there. What's going on, DJ?
What's going on? How you doing, boss man?
I'm doing good there, but gosh, East Tennessee had a pretty good night tonight.
I say East Tennessee had a great night tonight from Class 1A all the way up to 6A.
Oh, they did there. They played good there with and I'm not throwing salt on the wound by no means there, but that's kind of a heartbreaker for the Wildcats last night.
Throw salt on the wound. Just do it. Go ahead. I'm listening.
They led the whole game. I thought it was over with at halftime.
It was.
Oh, God. But, you know, I guess they scored there with about 40 seconds to go in the game and got beat. But that's kind of a heartbreaker for the Wildcats.
Yeah, you know what, and you know how big of a fan I am of the Wildcats. I raised out yesterday. Nehemiah, I believe is the word. I just couldn't stop ranting and going back and forth. I was very upset about that loss. Oak Ridge, 3 years in a row, had double-digit leads going into the half, come out second half and lost. 2 of them was home games, first round outs. This year we lost to Science Hill, who we haven't lost to in the playoffs 4 times in a row. 13-6-1 is our overall record against Science Hill. And then you got Clinton, who beat us a couple years ago on our home turf. So, you know, it really struck me. And I guess because I've coached those guys that are out there, I was really in my feelings. And I don't know if I said anything bad, but I definitely, Nehemiah, that's the word. I spoke ranting. I just couldn't stop talking about it. I was very upset about that loss. So I expected more. I didn't see a lot of Malik Howard in the second half. When you got a Will Presley that's not 100% and you're just throwing him in here and there, you know, you're putting all that pressure on number 9, Jarrell Jimerson. That kid plays offense, defense, special teams don't come off the field. You know, I think a little bit more thought process to number 3 would have helped them secure that victory. But I'm just a recliner coach. I don't know anything about football.
Armchair quarterback, brother, just like the rest of us. But yeah, I'm particularly proud of all of East Tennessee there. Guys, I think, with the exception of Oak Ridge, about everybody won around here. And I know that one friend of mine there, he's a buddy of mine, him and his wife both, just good people over at Central High School.
Yes.
Kevin Lane. Those kids are playing some ball.
They are, man. I got to watch them in the spring, and I've got to watch them a couple times during the regular season. Coach Lane's doing a great job with those kids over there. He has some kids that have some good potential to go play at the next level, but it seems like they just bought into the program, and Kevin Lane has those guys like soldiers, and they're playing violent, and they're, you know, surrounding the ball on defense, making good plays on offense, being smart, not many mistakes, and it's showing right now.
I believe it. I was looking at some of the potential, East Tennessee players there for like players of the year, but their quarterback, my gosh, he's got some impressive stats.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And they had to figure out exactly which quarterback they was going to go with, because they had one transfer in, but and I know the kid's name. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now.
I can't think of it either. But God, he had passing yards and running yards as well.
Yeah, he's a great kid, good grades, and he's definitely fit the system how Coach Lane exactly wants him to do it, and Coach Lane is just doing a tremendous job with those guys.
But yeah, they're playing good ball, and some other teams there. I was tickled to hear from Coach Price there. Him and his brother, they're just such great kids there. They're doing a good job there at Grace. I don't know what their schedule looks like going forward there, but they're a good group of kids. Yeah. I know one of my good friends that played out here at Clinton High School, Jason Weber.
Yes, his boy's
his
out
son
there.
Yeah. Caden.
Yep, Caden Weber, good kid. Been around
really
him a while as well. So the kid from Central that we're talking about, his name is Caden Long. 2,614 yards, 4 interceptions, 21 passes, touchdowns, 14 rushing touchdowns, 843 yards rushing, and 35 total touchdowns. So he's up for Mr. Football.
He's having a phenomenal year.
Yeah, great kid. He's done very well. Super proud of him.
Sure enough, there. But these Tennessee teams there, I know Oliver Springs, Coalfield. All these other teams around here. I mean, they're looking good so far. So I guess the question I'm going to ask you, as long as these Tennessee teams are doing well, how long are you going to be on the air?
I'm going to be on the air as long as they're winning. I can tell you that. As long as they're winning, I'm going to stay on the air unless Brad kicks me off the show.
And was until he quits paying you?
This is voluntary. I come because I love the kids.
I hear you there, but I'm glad that the weather held off long enough tonight there for these teams to get the games in and stuff there. Because I was sitting out here on the front porch eating a bag of popcorn, having a refreshment there, and I could feel the weather moving in, so hopefully they got out of there just in time.
Well, I tell you what, I was at Sevier County today hanging out with Mark Packer there in the second quarter. I had a little interview talking about the Battle of the Bands with OEB Law and the Ice Bears. And as soon as it was done, I knew the weather was coming. I didn't stay and finish watching that game. I drove all the way back. Time I got on Pillissippi, right past Lovell Road, it started coming down. And when I hit Solway, it was a monsoon.
Oh, God. So you ran into it.
I ran into it, but at least I wasn't out there into it. So I was glad to be back close to home.
Good deal.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, too, not to completely turn off from football, but I know you know my son, Cody Hendrickson. He, went to Clinton High School.
That's my dog.
You remember LaShawn Goins?
LaShawn Goins' daughter is back from Webb to Clinton, and
is that where she's playing at?
That's where she's playing at. And dadgummit, if things go right, fingers super crossed here right now. I don't have a guarantee, but I got Coach Daugherty and those Lady Dragons Wednesday, 8 p.m. on Exigent Sports, and we're going to talk basketball because those girls are loaded.
I can't wait to watch it.
If Lene gets released, Lene Carmichael gets released, the Clinton Dragon girls are going to be something to deal with. I know that for a fact.
Well, if Laney gets released there from her knee injury there, and you get LaShawn's daughter in there, they're going to be something to deal with.
That's going to be something to deal with. So I'm excited for Coach Daugherty and the Clinton Dragons, the Lady Dragons, that is. And even the Clinton Dragons, the boys, they should be something to reckon with.
Well, even though the football season's over with, they've got that dog, Bryson Maddox, playing too.
Yeah, they got Bryson Maddox, and you got Braylon Hayward, and
Braylon Hayden, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely there.
Yeah, so Braden, Hayden, and they're going to be good.
I'm so looking forward to
Michael Hill's boys out there. I think he's a freshman, but I'm pretty sure he'll play some varsity ball. Logan Hill is a monster.
He's a great little player.
Yeah, so I'm excited about Clinton basketball. Football ended on empty.
Stepson there. Of course, it might be a year or two there, but he's a dog too.
No, he is a dog. He knows how to handle that ball. He has a great IQ. He's a hell of a defensive player. So I'm excited to see what that young man does as well.
Absolutely there. But I'm looking forward to these playoffs here in the next week or two there with Coalfield and some of these other teams there. I'm hoping we'll get a state title back here in East Tennessee.
Let's go. We need a gold ball, and we need more than one gold ball, but we'll take at least one.
Absolutely. What do you think about Sevier County? You think they can repeat again?
I do, man. They're a tight-knit community, tight-knit team. They do it by the book. You know, Grace went up there and wound up knocking them off. I'm pretty sure, I think it was Greenville, the Green Devils. They beat them as well. But they're a really good team, man. They play right, and then they got Cooper, the quarterback out there, who's a power forward guy. Yeah, he's awesome. And you got the Hedrick kid that's just making plays on both sides of the ball. Great line. I mean, I can just continue to go on about, Sevier County Smoky Bears.
Smoky Bears, that's where I know you remember a boy there. He's the baseball coach up in Sevier County. Casey Taylor.
There you go. There you
go. Remember Casey, don't you?
I do remember Casey Taylor.
Oh, yeah. And even though...
I didn't know that, though. That's good.
Yeah, the quarterback there, I think his brother, isn't he a wide receiver or something?
So, you know what? We was having a conversation about that at the game. Apparently, I don't know if it was during the broadcast or off air, but it was said that there's no relation. And I find that hard to believe. But
I think that's his brother.
That's his brother. I heard a few weeks back that was his brother. Tonight I heard that there's no relation. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to call Coach Todd Loveday, and he's going to answer it for us.
Okay, then, I'm sure his brother's out there. Throw me the ball!
Hey.
Get it out here to me, but,
He's good. Number 6, he's really good.
Phenomenal run last year.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everything that could have went well for him from the onside kicks and everything else last year there, just everything fell into place there. Sevier County just had an awesome year.
Yeah, onside kick 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, no kidding there. But I'm pulling for all of East Tennessee there. We need to try to win some of these playoff games there and get us into the championship rounds. And nothing against the west side of Tennessee, but I'm always pulling for East Tennessee. Coalfield, Auburn Springs, all these guys there. I just wish the best for them.
You and me both, man. And I got a lot of kids in East Tennessee that I've coached. I think 26 to 28 high schools, at least 26, and 25 to 26 in the East Tennessee area high schools. I have a kid out there playing. So I always rooting for those guys and having a relationship with these coaches that I've been able to gain over the past couple of years.
It means a lot.
It means a lot. Absolutely. It means a lot.
It does. How long there, DJ, before high school, and I'm not downplaying high school football, we got a long ways to go, but how long before high school basketball kicks off?
November 17th is a game that I have penciled down on my calendar. I believe Oak Ridge High School. Not sure if it's a scrimmage or a real game, but November 17th is the earliest that I've heard for boys varsity basketball.
Okay, then. Now, who did you tell me you was having in studio on Wednesday?
I said it's not 100% sure, but I'm going to keep working on her because I've been trying to get her on the show for 3 seasons now. But Coach Alicia Daugherty and those Lady Dragons said they're going to do their best to make it out this Wednesday. This coming
Okay,
Wednesday.
well, Laney there, I don't know you him too there. Wesley Carmichael and his wife there.
Yeah.
They got a daughter there that's a really good player. She suffered a bad knee injury last year, but I just saw where she got a scholarship offer to Maryville College.
Absolutely. I mean, she's a baller. She's played AAU ball. I think she's been under the wing of Coach Jerry Williams for a while.
Yes, sir. That's
and they've done some
exactly
good
who she
things
played
there. So, it's something to be expected, especially being under somebody like Jerry Williams who does things the right way.
And also Addie Gamble as well.
Yeah. And I've had those girls on the show.
Moody, I mean, they're loaded.
Yeah, they are. They're loaded. So,
And
who I haven't had in here is Coach Doherty. So
They got LaShawn's girl coming in there. I've seen that girl play before there. She's a player.
She's a real player. And you know what's great about the young lady is she perfects her craft. She's never done working. She's always training. She goes out and does all the things that she needs to do to make sure that she continues to get better. So I expect a great season as long as she's healthy. Great season for her and Clinton Dragons, Lady Dragons.
Oh, I'm just so looking forward to watching them play. But anyway, I always look forward to talking to you. I don't think I called in last week, but anyway, maybe you get some more of these coaches calling in here from East Tennessee and build up East Tennessee football and everything else, and let's get everything going there for East Tennessee and bring some of them gold balls home.
Let's go. Yeah, stay locked in. I'll do my best to make sure that I get some more of these coaches on. Thank you again for calling in.
All right, then. You're the best there, DJ. Have a good evening, brother.
Thank you. You're the best. I appreciate it. All
right. Okay. Bye, buddy.
All right. That's there, Mr. Hendricks. And as Brad comes in, he notices that I just tipped over the Oak Ridge Wildcat mini helmet. It is gone. And so is this segment. I'm going to take a small commercial break and put that helmet back up here, guys. You stay tuned. Make someone aware. Please share. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
Upgrade your home with stunning natural gas appliances from Oak Ridge Utility District. Enjoy 0% financing with approved credit and turn your dream kitchen into a reality. Call today for a free estimate, get free delivery on all purchases, and enjoy handsome incentives on our appliances. Free delivery, 0% financing, and impressive incentives makes now the perfect time to switch to affordable, safe, and reliable natural gas. Don't wait. Choose Oak Ridge Utility District, your affordable energy choice. Call now or visit our website to get started.
Bring the whole family together at the free medical clinic holiday ice rink at Roane State Community College Harriman campus all of November. Glide on synthetic ice with family and friends or go skating for the first time and create joyful memories for all ages. Leading up to the Roane State Christmas tree lighting on November 17th, where everyone skates for free.
See you on the ice. Bye.
For more information, go to fmcor.org, fmcor.org.
Hi, I'm Rick Scarborough, State Representative. Friday nights are special in Anderson County. Football under the lights, warm weather, cool nights, and some intense rivalries. I want to congratulate the student athletes, the cheerleaders, the band, the teachers, the coaches. You've worked incredibly hard. Go out there, compete hard, and enjoy it. There's nothing like high school football.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Scoreboard, brought to you by the Free Medical Clinic. Guys, the Free Medical Clinic last year provided 15,000 patients, appointments, and diagnosis worth over $9 million in value of medical care for our communities, Morgan, Rowan, and Anderson County. FMCOR.org. That's where you need to go to get started. They have volunteer opportunities, they have work from home opportunities, and if you need your health taken care of, whether it's mental health, abuse disorder, or just regular health, reach out, fmcr.org. That's where you get started. And when you do speak with someone, you do let them know right here at the Friday Night Scoreboard that we sent you that way. We want to make sure that you're taking care of your health. They're trying to make us healthy and wealthy around here, and they're doing everything they can for our communities, Anderson, Morgan, and Roane County. Again, $9 million in value of medical care for our communities last year, over 15,000 patients. So if you don't have any insurance, any of those issues, make sure substance abuse disorders, mental health disorders, fmcor.org, that's where you go to get started, okay? So make sure you reach out to them, and we thank the Free Medical Clinic for all that they do and have done and will continue to do for us and all of our surrounding communities. Looks like we have another surprise on the line. Let's see who we have. Coach DJ Pendergrass, who do we have on the line?
What up, man? It's Coach Hughes.
There he is. There go the Red Devils. Let's go, Coach. Congratulations on another victory tonight. We spoke last week. I said hopefully we'll speak again around the same time this week. You knocked off Tennessee, and you're looking forward to playing who next week?
Yeah, we got a home playoff game next week against Lawrence County.
Lawrence County. Okay, sweet.
So our kids are pretty excited to get to host the home playoff game.
That's a testament to your hard work, and everything that you've done out there, Coach Hughes. You guys do a great job. Do you feel like that you have played the competition that you need to prepare for the hard teams and the games in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I think last time we talked, as a competitor, I told my coaches and I told our team I want to play the best.
Yeah.
I want Halls to be considered in that realm at some point in time, right? And, we played a really hard schedule this year, and it didn't always go our way, but I felt like we're built for what we're going through right now, and our kids came on a 2.5-hour bus ride and played a really physical Tennessee High team and just went out there, and our dudes made plays, and we found a way to win, and, had an hour rain delay and just couldn't be more proud of them, and just, it was fun to see them, get excited and celebrate.
Well, I was going to ask you about the rain delay, but you've already mentioned that. Coach, a 2-hour drive for you guys. I know you have your pregame meals, and then you have to get on the bus and make that trip. What do you do to assure that your boys don't have bus lag when they pull up?
You kind of went out on me right there.
What do you do to assure that they don't have bus lag, on a 2-hour trip?
Make sure we got a speaker in the locker room. They better play it loud and play whatever they need to do.
I love it, Coach. When I coach, I seem to get my team pumped up with kind of chants and stuff like that. Is that something you or one of your coaches do, or do the kids get themselves pumped up?
Yeah, it's usually me. I'm a little wild and crazy, but I want our kids just to embrace every opportunity of this beautiful game of high school football. And if we need a speaker to get us going, we're gonna get a speaker. If we need to, do something else, then we're gonna figure it out. Like I've always said, my kids come first in our program, and I want to do whatever it takes to allow them to have the best experience and be successful.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about, man. You do a great job of that. You've proven that time after time. So how's your special teams doing at this point right now, Coach?
Yeah, man, we we did a really good job tonight. Did a really good job of, kicking extra points. Our kicker went out there and made a really important field goal to go ahead in the game early on. And just, I felt like once we got that lead, we never looked back. And, just our kids did a really good job of responding. And had two huge drives. We had a huge touchdown drive right before half that got us up. And then right before we went on that weather delay, we had just scored to go up 31-15, and that was really big for us. And our kids just kept responding, and part of that was field position. Part of that was deep. I think we caused four or five turnovers tonight on defense, and just really proud of how our kids played. And offensively, we were in rhythm from the start to finish, and our quarterback, Amari Lefko, just did a really good job of playing some really good football.
Absolutely, Coach. And like I said, you have some dogs out there. And, it's really a testament to your coaches and yourself on, how you've bred them to be where they are, whether it's weight room, whether it's spring practice or regular practice. And I do know, like I said, the special teams, they're very important. If you're going to get those special teams right, they can make or break you. Do you feel like your team has gelled at the right time?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to lose, you want to make that team was just better than you that day. You don't want to give it to them, right? And special teams is part of that. You don't want to give them any extra points or take points away from yourself, or give them good field position. So special teams in playoff games, man, they can make or break you, right? And so really proud of our kids and just how they responded.
Absolutely. Home game at Halls next week. I'm excited for that. Launch at Halls. That kickoff is going to be at 7 p.m. How do you prepare for Lawrence? Do you have any film on, or are you ready, to take on that challenge?
No, I ain't got a chance to watch them yet. I'm excited about playing a game like this just because I don't know anything about them. So that's kind of cool about the new playoff system, getting to play somebody new, and it'll be fun, doing that in the game planning stuff, and we're just at the end of the day, blessed and excited for the opportunity, and just for me personally, another week with these kids it means the world to me. So we'll be we're gonna have to, I'm sure, be prepared and be ready for another dogfight, and that's what makes high school football fun.
Yeah, indeed. I share pure empathy with you on that, and I'm stoked for you too, Coach. Coach, throw out some of those names that really put a stake in them.
Hey, I'm sorry you went out on me right there.
Throw out some of those names of your guys that really made a huge impact to carry this game over and win.
Obviously, it starts with our quarterback, Amari Lefko.
Yeah.
He just was really amazing tonight. Just really put our team on his shoulders offensively. Michaelis Daniel, our running back.
Yes.
Had two big touchdowns tonight. Brody Rogers, number 0, just continue to be a dog, and of course Terrell Chandler.
Yes.
Going out there and just when you see a kid like him on the field, it eliminates a lot of the field. And then just a lot of our seniors, our kids up front who are young, played really good. Dom Culp and Carson Pierce, who are my outside linebackers. Just I can't say enough about those kids. Gavin Self, inside linebacker. Our defensive line, who's young, really showed up big tonight. Travis Brasfield was making plays in the backfield. There's so many kids. It was a huge team at win. And, when you play big games like this, your dudes got to be dudes.
Yeah.
And when they get a chance to have a dude moment, they better execute. Another kid that had a really big game for us on offense was Cooper Faust, and he just continues to find the end zone. He's just a great kid and a hard worker.
I love it, Coach, man. Shout out to you guys. I'm stoked to hear you guys have a home game, so that's good. I hope you do.
Hey, roll up then.
I sure will. I will. So I'm on a balance. I told Coach Justin Price that I was going to come watch his game, but Grace and Halls ain't that far away. And I got my ECO on, my ecosystem when I drive, so I can save a little gas and push it on over there. You know I'll pull up on you, Coach.
Well, we'll be waiting on you, baby.
That's what's up, Coach. Congratulations on the win. Again, hope to hear from you around the same time next Friday.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Go Red Devils.
Yes, right. Let's go. Coach Brent Hughes over there at Halls, the Red Devils, knocking them down. They're going to have a home game next week, as Coach just told us. You guys just heard. Home game for Halls next week versus Lawrence. So he said he's excited about that. Don't have much film on him. Don't know much about the program. So it's going to be a lot of preparation to figure out how you can get that film, who they are, and what their system is like, so they can prep their boys, their guys, to get ready for this game, because that scouting report is everything. I mean, you go in and you're looking to play, and you have a scout team, offense and defense, for a reason, and that's because of all the information from the scouting reports that you got. So they have a long week ahead of them. Super proud of Coach Brent Hughes and the Halls Red Devils. They're doing a lot of things over there near Black Oak Ridge. So keep it up, Coach Hughes. I really love what you're doing, man. I love your energy, and I love how you're changing these young men and these young kids' lives. So looks like we have another surprise. I was going to talk a little bit about some more 4A football. I think I have a little time to do that. We have talked about if Greenville takes care of business, then and Anderson County takes care of business. In the quarterfinals, Greenville and Anderson County, which is known to happen, may happen, and then you're going to have the rivalry brand figuring out where they want to go if Gibbs takes care of Red Bank and Alcoa takes care of Upperman, because those guys will also meet in the quarterfinals. And Gibbs, if they win against Red Bank, they will host the quarterfinal game. They will have a home game. So that's scratching and clawing back. And we talked to Coach Turner last week, and he was like, he was pretty upset when Anderson County went ahead and knocked off Alcoa, because that put them in the lower seed that made them hit the road. But he also said they favored well on the road. It seems like they played better on the road. And so I hope they take care of business at Red Bank on the road. That'll give a great game if Alcoa knocks off Upperman, East Tennessee in the building. We will have great games to go through, and it seems like that Packer and his guys, they're going to have a figure out which way they want to go. Again, I don't have a guarantee on that, but I'm pretty sure, I'm like 95, 98% sure that the game that they will carry, the OEB Law Rivalry playoff game, will be at Grace. And so we're looking forward to that, to get the final. Obviously, make sure you follow Rivalry Thursday and Friday now on all the social media platforms to get that update. If you can't make it to the game, you can also watch it. So good luck and congratulations to all the East Tennessee. As my good buddy, my good friend, Mr. Hendricks called in and said East Tennessee is on the map. It looks like they're on the road to bring home a gold ball. We would love to see that. We would definitely love to see that. Let's talk about Class 5A football. I have Sevier County. Looks like they're playing Lawrence County this next round here. Lawrence County knocked off Ray County, so second round of the playoffs, you got Sevier County playing Lawrence County. If I'm not mistaken, that game should be at Sevier County. Also, you got Powell versus Walker Valley. Powell took care of business versus Morristown West. It was a tremendous blowout there. Walker Valley wins, so they have that game. The winner of the Walker Valley Powell game will play the winner of the Sevier County and Lawrence County game. So we want to see where that goes. And now, is there a Lawrence and a Lawrence County? Because I have Halls playing Lawrence in my bracket. I have Halls playing Lawrence next week, and that's going to be a home game. We just talked about that. We just got the phone with Coach Brent Hughes. So if I have that mistaken, if that's Sevier County, Lawrence County is wrong, whoever the winner of the Ray County game was, we'll figure out that, and we'll let you know. We'll keep you updated on that. Central Central is going to play the winner of McMinn County, and this bracket is not filled out, so I don't know who they will be playing. But we try to reach out to Coach Kevin Lane. I don't think we was able to get a hold of him. Sent him a text and call. Also reached out to Coach Todd Loveday out there in Sevier County. He's not answering the phone either. I think he cut it off. He's done for the night. He's had enough. Central's going to play Columbia. All right, so Central's going to play Columbia, and that's going to be a home game for Columbia. So I think Central hits the road and travels to Columbia there. So Page, great team last year, made it all the way to the state championship. We thought Oak Ridge was going to be playing Page until the onside kick. I'm not going to knock the helmet off this time. I'm not going to knock my boys off of there. But Page wound up getting beat by Sevier County in the state championship. Sevier County took care of business last year against those guys. And, as far as our local demographic, those are the most close, important games to us. That's your Sevier County, your Pal, Halls, and Central right here in East Tennessee, Knox County area, and Sevier County area, obviously. But we're excited that those guys are moving forward to the second round and have an opportunity to win again next week to make it on to the fourth round, the third round in the quarterfinals. Excited about that. Sevier County, I think, has a great opportunity to knock off the team that they have. I have Lawrence County on my sheet. I don't know if that's correct, but they're great. They've proven that they're great. Every past couple years, every year they're always in a run, and they have a great program. Coach Todd Loveday just does a great job with those boys, and the community travels well. It was a little dense. It was a little light at the Sevier County game tonight. I was expecting to see more fans there. Maybe those stands are just too big. I had to walk up about 200 steps a couple times. Got on Mark Packer's earbuds there, and his headphones, and I'm pretty sure I made him sweat pretty good because that was a long walk for me, and I was hot when I got up there. I was out of breath, so I think I need to get back in shape. And then Coach Lane, we haven't been able to talk to him. Maybe we'll talk to him before the night is over, not sure. But shout out to those guys. You got Sevier County, Pal, Halls, and Central all going to the second round with the opportunity to make it to the quarterfinals. So congratulations to those guys, and we're going to move on to what I said I didn't want to talk about till later on, and that is the 2025 TSSAA Class 6A football state playoffs, where we have Dobbins-Bennett versus Farragut. I know that game went into overtime. It was 21-21 in overtime, and the final score, the winner of that game was let's see if we can get an answer on the winner of that game. Who won that Dobbins-Bennett and Farragut game? It was a great game. DB wound up pulling off the victory. Oh, man. I was rooting for Farragut. They've had a rough year, but they made it to the playoffs. Nobody expected them to make the playoffs with the rough year that they had. They take Dobbins-Bennett all the way to overtime. DB winds up pulling that out. So they're probably going to be playing Blackman next week. Dobbins-Bennett versus Blackman. And Maryville versus West Ridge. We know Maryville took care of business there. And they will be playing who did Riverdale play today? The winner of the Riverdale actually went in at 7-3. Riverdale is always known for being a great program, great athletes, great coaches, great program, true history. So we'll see who they played, and the winner of that game will play Maryville. Okay, that may be one of the games that got delayed, so we'll see about that. We'll keep you updated on that. Oakland, obviously, as we talked to Coach Vontae Henderson last week at Oakland, they took care of business. They beat Cookeville pretty good. Jefferson County versus Bradley Central. Do we have a final on the Jeff County versus Bradley Central game? Bradley Central, as I expected, was going to win that ball game. So Bradley Central actually won that ball game versus Jefferson County, which leads them to make it to the second round to play Oakland. That would be a home game for Oakland. Bradley Central has their hands full going in there playing Oakland, but they're not going to be a pushover. You can guarantee that. Riverdale beat who? Riverdale beat Lebanon, whatever you want to call it. And, okay, so it'd be Riverdale versus Maryville. That is going to be a good game, guys. You can't count Riverdale out, but Maryville, they're violent. But the winner of that game, Riverdale and Maryville, will go on to the quarterfinals and play the winner of the Dobbins-Bennett and Blackman game. So those are all two ball games, 4 great teams, great programs, well-known programs. They're looking to go head-to-head in the quarterfinals there. And, of course, I have Oakland beating Bradley Central, but Bradley Central is not going to roll over. You can bet that. 7-3 team going into the playoffs now, 8-3 winning this ball game. Oakland is going to be hard to beat, though. I have Oakland winning that ball game. Who played Smyrna? Who? Green Hill versus Smyrna. Who was the winner of that game? Green Hill won that game and they will be able to play, oh gosh, why do I have to say this? Science Hill. All right, so let's just get this over with. I've been dreading it. I ain't want to talk about it. I love Coach Derek Rain and his whole coaching staff and what they do. All those players from freshmen all the way up to seniors. I have kids that I've coached on that team. Heart was broken last night. Jeremiah is just ranting and just going berserk. I was very upset about that loss. Didn't understand some things as a recliner coach. I'm still upset about that because Science Hill shouldn't be playing Green Hill. Oak Ridge should be playing Green Hill, in my opinion. I don't know what I would have done different to try to win that game, but when you're up double digits going into halftime, you got to all gas no brakes. You got to keep your foot on your neck, and then when you have the top ranked nation player and he's not getting any targets in the second half, I don't understand that. So, like me or not, disagree with me or not, it doesn't make any sense. You got one of the best players in the nation on your football team that doesn't get any targets until you need him to win the ball game for you at the end. It's absolutely asinine. I don't understand that. I don't know if that was a quarterback call or a coach's call. I'm not in that huddle. I'm not in that circle. I have no idea. But regardless, whoever side it was, it doesn't make any sense. You have one of the best players in the nation on your football team that's playing tight end. That's 50-50 balls is for him is like 80-20. He's 6'4". He can jump. He's dunking in basketball. Like, get the kid the ball. I'm watching him get open. He's breaking, doing what he's supposed to do, getting open, wide open, no look. I don't know if that was by design. I don't know if that was the quarterback. I don't know, but I didn't like it, and it's absolutely asinine. It don't make any sense. I don't think there's not one coach in America that's not going to get 3 involved when you got the game on the line. If the game's not on the line, there's not a coach in America that's not going to get him involved, especially when your main guy is out. He's questionable to be out there. Will Presley came in probably for a few plays. They use him for some go routes. They're trying to get him completely healthy, which means he's not 100%. So that means you have to use 3 more than what you did. You got Jarrell Jimerson, number 9, carrying the load, which is not bad because Jarrell Jimerson is a dog. You don't come off the field. Offense, defense, special teams, he plays it all. He doesn't come off the field, but that's even more reason for you to give that ball to number 3 in the second half to keep you guys in the game. I seen it was a 3rd and 1.5, and the clock was running. The clock was, and the game was in the favor of Oak Ridge. They call a timeout, stop the clock to call a play, which was the play I said to run. In my mind, like, just give the ball to 4, let Gibson run the ball, get the first down, keep the clock running. The first down would have stopped the clock, but as soon as the referee spot the ball, it keeps on running. Then they get down to a 4th down, and I think they throw a pass and winds up being an interception. And if I'm not mistaken, it was a 4th and 1. I could be mistaken. So either you got to punt that ball and don't throw it away like you did. It was just so many things that was uncharacteristic of what I've seen of one of my favorite coaches around the area, Coach Derek Rain. I just didn't understand some of the things that happened. As a fan, I'm very TO'd about what happened out there. I don't understand as a coach. And no, I haven't called plays at a high school level. No, I haven't. I have at the middle school level, and I have been an assistant on the high school level. So, I don't know what situation he was in. I don't understand it. I will never understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. That game should have not been lost by Oak Ridge. I think I'm not blaming the coach. I'm not blaming the player. But I did see a post that, I hear people blaming these coaches, but these players did this, that, and the third. I don't care what level of ball that you play. I don't care if it's 4 and 5-year-olds playing football, basketball, baseball, all the way up to the NFL. I've never heard of a situation where the players lost the game. No, that falls on the shoulder of the coaches. Whether you care, bottom line, it falls on the shoulders of the coaches. I've never heard of a team losing and it's because of the players. No, it falls on the coaches. Was they in the right spot? Did they call the right plays? Did they put these kids in position to win? I didn't see that out of Oak Ridge last night, and I think that's where the defeat came from. I'm a fan, a super fan, always will be. Row Wildcats Row is my alma mater. But bottom line, what I seen was uncharacteristic of what I thought one of my favorite coaches around the area, Coach Derek Rain, would do. And definitely uncharacteristic, definitely nothing I would have done. When the thing started happening, I was sitting there and I was telling my wife, I was like, that shouldn't have happened. Why do that? And the dominoes just fell from there. So be mad at me or not, I'm definitely not going to blame the players. It's definitely going to be the coaches because I've been a coach for many years. And many years, coached many teams, hundreds of kids. It's probably two games that I say, one in football, one in basketball, that I say the players lost the game. Kids didn't do what they were supposed to do. They wasn't listening. They wasn't on the right page. They wasn't jailed. Kids lost that game. We put them in the best position. We called the right plays. Kids lost that game. One in football, one in basketball. This is over my career of coaching. I started coaching in 2006. I would blame the kids for what happened. Hundreds of kids that I've coached many different age groups, all the way from 4 and 5-year-old all the way up to high school. Two games out of all the AAU, all the traveling football, all the Little League football, all the Little League basketball, the middle school, 2 games maybe. It always going to fall on the coach. I don't care if you got family on the team, that's a coach or whatever. It don't matter. It's always going to fall on the coach. You protect them, good job. But the real deal is, from Little League all the way up to the pros, if the game is not won and the plays are not called right, the kids are not in the right position, they're not executing the way you want them to, it's because of the coach. And I don't think that'll ever change. It's a business, from Little League all the way up to the pros. So I will never put that on the kids. My heart goes out to those seniors that I coached in multiple sports for multiple years. I love all of you. I'm sorry that it's over for you. I hope some of you get a chance to play the rivalry showcase if you're not going on to college to play football. But I'm saddened. The season should not have ended that way. You guys should be playing Green Hill. That's just where I'm at on it. So it is what it is. If you don't like me and what I have to say about it, oh well, I'm a true fan, and I just call it how I see it. But if anybody is talking about kids and blaming a loss on the kids, you don't know sports. It don't happen that way. It's always the coaches. Even when it is the kids, it's always the coaches. So I don't care if you got family members on the team or not. Oak Ridge definitely should have won that game. 3 years Oak Ridge has lost a double-digit lead to get kicked out of the playoff. 2 was in the first round, 1 by Clinton. And this year, Science Hill, 13-6-1 was the overall. I think 6-0 was the spread on how many times that Oak Ridge has beat Science Hill in a row, and then it was 4-0 in the playoffs. I think my sentiments are right, but now that's all changed. But it definitely should not have changed. Makes me want to knock this helmet off again. I'm just kidding. I love the Wildcats. I just didn't understand that situation. I had a Jeremiah moment right now, and I'm just ranting and going back and forth. So that's a Jeremiah moment when you're ranting. You can't just let it go, and I can't let it go because I don't understand. I never will, but I'm still a fan that's always roll Wildcats roll with me. So that's on that. But as you heard, Mr. Hendricks said East Tennessee has showed up and they have showed out. A lot of our East Tennessee teams are still in it, aside of Farragut and Concord Christian got beat pretty bad, and Oak Ridge lost. You know, those are the teams that I can think of that we've talked about, that supported us, and we give the love right back. Those teams will not move forward. But congratulations to all the teams that are moving forward. Tennessee has a bye week this week. They're going to take a week off after getting beat by Oklahoma, so they have some time to get healed. But guys, it's okay to be a fan of the game, and it's okay to be upset when your team loses. But when you start talking about kids, especially in Little League and high school, that's where I draw the line. And I will get very upset, and I will lash out. Anyone that knows me knows that is true. I've lost many games because I got out-coached. Take it on the chin. It is what it is. You lost because you got out-coached. And that's what I seen out of Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge got out-coached in the second half, and it seems like they got out-coached in the second half 3 years in a row in the playoffs. So that's the end, guys. I don't have anything else for tonight. I'm not going to talk college football tonight because Tennessee's not playing, but better luck for everybody that is out there still playing. I'm rooting you on. I'm watching you. I'm watching your scores. I'm keeping up with your kids. I'm keeping up with your coaches, your fan base, how they travel, and all the things. Absolutely love all of you. Congratulations for those that are moving forward. Oliver Springs, Cofield, Rockwood, shout out. Good luck Midway tomorrow. Hopefully Midway takes a win and keeps 1A rolling real strong. So that'll be great to see. Oneida also plays tomorrow as well. So we'll keep up and we'll keep you posted on everything that we know here on the Friday Night Scoreboard. I do want to give a shout out to the free medical clinic. Make sure you go to fmcor.org. That's fmcor.org, so you can learn how you can volunteer, not just medical, but there are many non-medical roles that you can do at home. So you want to help your neighbors, make sure you go to fmcr.org. Anderson, Morgan, and Roane counties. For every $1 that you give, they can turn it into $10 worth of care. So trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, as Tupac says, they actually do that, and they do it well. $1 can turn into $10 worth of care. And we spoke about the 15,000 patient appointments and diagnosis worth over $9 million that they had just last year for our communities, Anderson and Morgan and Roane County. But the FMC does more than medical and health. They have a full community health team that connects patients to food, housing, education, and other social services. A true wrap around care. And we all know how tight it is for housing right now. We know the cost of living is a lot higher. The rent is a lot higher. Taxes are about to go higher. Tariffs are ridiculous. So if you are in that community and you need that type of help because of food, housing, education, and other social services, as we know, there was a government shutdown. Apparently SNAP benefits got knocked off, but the Supreme Court overruled it, and they should come out. Hopefully that's the case for you guys, but if not, fmcor.org. Make sure that you reach out and let them know that the Friday Night Scoreboard is where you heard it from, and that we're sending you to them, the Friday Night Scoreboard, to the Free Medical Clinic. Thank you, Free Medical Clinic, for all you do. Guys, you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We're coming up on a holiday coming up, and I hope you guys be safe the weekend. Enjoy yourself, and we can't wait to see who's moving on to the next round. Guys, until next week, have a blessed weekend.
Hey guys, it's Naomi and Megan. We're so excited to see you guys on New Year's Eve for the exciting ball drop. Come hang out with us until midnight and watch that ball drop. It's going to be so much fun. Food trucks, live music, all kinds of good stuff. You can even skate with us.
Josh Anderson is a Republican who has fought for families across Anderson County throughout his adult life. Josh is a farmer, a husband, and a father. For 4 generations, his family has lived in Anderson County. A graduate of the University of Tennessee, Josh has served on the Anderson County Commission for 7 years and served as chairman for 3 years. Josh is a businessman who will put his experience to work for all of us. A supporter of term limits, Josh believes 2 terms as mayor is enough. Josh Anderson believes leadership starts with listening.
Bring the whole family together at the free medical clinic holiday ice rink at Roan State Community College Harriman campus all of November. Glide on synthetic ice with family and friends or go skating for the first time and create joyful memories for all ages. Leading up to the Roan State Christmas tree lighting on November 17th, where everyone skates for free.
See you on the ice. Bye.
For more information, go to fmcor.org, fmcor.org.
Hi, I'm Rick Scarborough, State Representative. Friday nights are special in Anderson County. Football under the lights, warm weather, cool nights, and some intense rivalries. I want to congratulate the student athletes, the cheerleaders, the band, the teachers, the coaches. You've worked incredibly hard. Go out there, compete hard, and enjoy it. There's nothing like high school football.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roan State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roan County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs.
Here's the thing, we put the graphic up there, we put the records 4 and 5, 9 and 1. Throw those out.
Throw those out. This game should be a really good football game. A lot of it will depend on West's offense and what they're able to do, right? But the West defense has continually gotten better throughout the year. They've started to find their footing. Sevier County only has the one loss, that being New Grace. And so they're trying to do what they did a year ago, which is continue to matriculate down the field. Last year in round one, it was Central that battled this Sevier County team in round one. This year, a little tougher round one opponent because last year's Central and this year's Central, two different Centrals.
Yeah.
But last year's Central versus this year's West, two different teams.
Pretty different. Let's welcome in Sophie Starkey along with Eric Kane down on the sideline. Eric, we'll start with you. Talking about key players of the game, talking about the great linebacker at West.
Yeah, we'll go to the visitors first, and the linebacker, Tennessee football commit, 2027 class JPPs. And, we've had him on, the last couple of years, really good player, very fast, sideline to sideline. And when Sevier County, when they're not throwing it deep, man, they love those screen passes. I think JP Peace is going to be able to run and catch some of those in this one. But really just one of the guys in that front seven that is dangerous for West. We saw it last week against Powell. They got to set the tone in this one, and the one leading that charge better be JP Peace.
Still wearing the club. Big club on his hand.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to talk about Cooper Newman in this game, Sophie. But for him to have a good game, Parker Newman, no relation, has to have a really good outing.
Absolutely. This is a guy who dominates on both sides of the football. He's a Mr. Football nominee, and so far on offense this season, he has tallied 48 catches, 630 yards, and 8 touchdowns. And then on the defensive side of the ball, he's totaled 81 tackles and 3 interceptions. I spoke to Coach Loveday earlier this week, and he said this is a guy who plays some ferocious football. He never fails to execute, and he's not only a playmaker, but a tone setter for the entire team.
Yeah, and he's kind of like Bryson Hedrick just a little bit for Sevier County. Every time there's a play, you feel like that guy's in the middle of the play.
Yeah, 0 and 6. I mean, very rarely does a play happen where those two aren't around they're not around the football.
Yeah. All right. Before we get to a story here, I want to transition into through this pregame show. We're going to kind of preview other games around the area. We're going to start with 5A because that's where we are. Some key games: Morristown West and Powell, Crockett and Central, Halls and Tennessee High. Sophie, we'll start with you. Powell, a considerable favorite in this game with Morristown West.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the first time these two teams are meeting since 1996.
Wow.
The Trojans finished the regular season at 3-7. They found just enough momentum to sneak their way into the playoffs, but they're facing off against Powell, who's 9-1, hoping to make yet another deep playoff run behind their quarterback, Deuce Rogers. It's the first time these two coaches will ever face off, but I think Powell's got the edge in this one.
Yeah.
Sophie, the last time these two teams played, Baron Chandler was patrolling the sidelines as a player for the Trojans. That's how long ago it was.
Crazy.
Baron's not here. He's older than I am. Eric, we look at this next game. Crockett at Central, a game much like the Powell game. Central, the heavy favorites.
Yeah, and again, I feel like going into this one, obviously, all the talks about Central and Caden Long and Mr. Tennessee Titans football finalist and the transformation he's made from, his junior year to his senior year, what he does through the air, through the legs. I think he's going to run the football even more than in the regular season. Once you get in this extra season, the playoffs, I think that can start in this one. But it just kind of feels like that special year. Central found something defensively. They've got tons of takeaways. I know Crockett is turnover prone. I think Central's going to roll in this one in the opener here in the playoffs.
The other one, Halls and Tennessee High.
I still think the away team's the prohibitive favorite in this game. I'll handle this one. Halls has the better resume.
You like Halls?
Yes, I do. I think going to the Stone Castle, you don't sneeze at it, but Tennessee High is, to me, a pretty weak number 2 seed. Hall's a pretty strong number 3.
Yeah.
I like the away team in this game.
Okay. By the way, going back just a little bit, I think I put the order a little bit wrong in the way we did this. Let's go back to Central. Let's talk about, everybody talks about the quarterback, Javastin Badgett, and he's had a great year. There's no question about that. But the quarterback, Caden Long, his coach, Kevin Lane, has put up as a Mr. Football, nominee. Caden's had a great year. Austin had a chance to visit with the quarterback who's had a heck of a year.
Here with Central quarterback Caden Long. Caden, you've had a fantastic year, man. You've been doing it with your arm, with your legs. What's been the key, and how much fun has that growth been?
It's a lot of fun. I think the key really is just experience. Getting comfortable in the pocket, knowing when to use my legs, knowing when to throw the ball. I think last year has helped me a lot, just knowing what to do this year.
You look at this team. Last week, you guys have been rolling right along. Last week, you got pushed by Carnes a little bit. And do you think that was a good thing just because you won the game, but it was a wake-up call to like, okay, guys, this thing can be fragile if we don't hit it on our P's and Q's?
Yeah, I think it definitely it's a warning that we needed, that we can't play down to our competition no matter who we're playing. We have to come in thinking that it's the best team in the state. Everybody's 0-0 now. one game and all it takes. So we have to come in there and focus no matter who we're playing.
I'm sure you like to sling it, but at the same time, when you did a design run call, do you like those moments too?
I do. I like those a lot. I don't know which one I like more about. I do love using my legs and running the ball.
What's special about this team?
I think the bond and brotherhood we have. I mean, last year we weren't super experienced, but this year, I mean, I hang out with the guys all the time. We go do stuff. I think our connection, chemistry is what makes us really stand out there on the field.
What makes you a good player?
I think my leadership and my work ethic is what makes me good, and the guys around me. I think with the guys around me, they help me out because I can give them the ball and they'll go make plays.
Where does the leadership and work ethic come from?
I think it comes from just growing up with a strict dad and mom, always making sure I'm doing the right thing. I think people look up to me, and I take it on pretty well.
He's the key for Central. As far as they go, he'll be the guy leading them, Caden Long here of the Central Bobcats.
And a real reason they feel good about next year. Hey, let's welcome in Mike Ray. He's a physical therapist over at LeConte Therapy Center. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. I hope the weather holds up here. We don't get too many storms.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. Let's all just do a rain dance if we can. Hey, we are at a football game.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for young athletes and advice you give them after an injury?
Sure. Regarding athletes, from a sports medicine orthopedic perspective, we have really three pillars we need to accomplish. We need to make sure we have full range of motion. If you don't have full range of motion, you have stiffness. And when you have stiffness, you have pain. The second pillar is to have flexibility. If you don't have good flexibility around the muscles, around the joint, that increases an imbalance of the biomechanics and you get injury. And third is strength. If you don't have good strength, you don't have very good power or ability to have running and jumping and agility, and that sets us up for injury. And as a physical therapist, we have those pillars in order, in your best effort to get you back to a normal stance, to get you back to your sport, maybe on the court or the field or whatever sport you enjoy.
Hey, Mike, what kind of services do you offer as far as physical therapy services at LeConte?
Yes, I'm here today to represent two clinics out of our 13 here in East Tennessee. Okay. The first is Sevierville. It's at our LeConte Medical Center campus, and they have physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech, and they work with lots of ailments in terms of stroke, neurological, Parkinson's, MS, and we have orthopedics. May it be a total knee, a total hip, low back pain or neck pain from a weekend warrior, and we have lymphedema and post-concussion therapy. And I am at the South Clinic, which is at the New Covenant Health South Clinic on Chapman Highway in John Sevier. And my colleague Scotty Jones and I, we do orthopedics primarily. And that's, again, total hips, total knees, rotator cuff, neck and back pain. And my colleague Elizabeth Edison, she is a neurocertified specialist, and she works with stroke, MS, balance, vestibular, and post-concussion.
Mike Ray, PT over at LeConte Therapy Center. Thanks for stopping by. Safe travels out of here. It's kind of busy, okay?
Yes, sir. Have a good evening.
Sounds good. Absolutely. Hey, let's take a break here on the Gray Hodges pregame show. We will run through 6A. We'll run through 4A. We'll get you ready for the Smoky Bears and the Rebels when we come back. For most of us, our most valuable possession is our home. Well, they say that if you want to increase equity in your home, increase its value, the best way to do it is by renovating your kitchen. So after living in our home for 20 years, we decided to spruce up the kitchen. We made a business decision we call Gray Hodges. Look, if it's the biggest business decision that you make when it comes to your home, don't take a chance. Call the professionals, the people that I trust at Gray Hodges.
A beacon of hope in a world of high prices. Ted Russell Ford is East Tennessee's #1 volume Ford dealer. At the super dealer, you choose how to conquer the road. Gas, diesel, hybrid, or all electric. Right now, get up to $10,000 off MSRP on select Ford F-150s. Come see the super dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location, Parkside Drive, or Kingston Pike.
This water makes my hair so dry and brittle.
Aquaclear can fix that.
Jeez, I hate the way my water smells.
Aquaclear can fix that.
No matter how much lotion I use, my skin is always so dry.
Aquaclear can fix that.
Exterior Home Solutions.
Hi, I'm Dustin Woodson, also with Exterior Home Solutions.
We are now easier than ever to find, right off of I-75 and Merchants Road.
It's a new location, but the same trusted expertise in roofing and siding that you've come to trust over the past 25 years.
Local quality craftsmanship, licensed and insured.
For the best and most trusted name in roofing and siding, scan the QR code on your screen.
Exterior Home Solutions, when it has to be the best.
Welcome back to the Gray Hodges pregame show. Here with Todd Loveday, head football coach at Sevier County. Has it been a different year with the bullseye on your back as the 5A state champion?
No, it seemed like the seasons went by fast. I don't know if it has anything to do with that or not, but, we have so many of the same guys. I mean, you try to drown all that stuff out, but, it's a great – people are excited, still excited. We have a lot of support, but our guys have done a pretty good job of honing in each week.
God, we've been doing this a long time. I have never seen a first-round playoff game where you had the last three state champions.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't look at seeding at all. You watch West on film. It's same old West to me. I mean, there's no secrets what they're trying to do either way. But a lot of the great teams, there's not really any secrets. They just execute, and you can tell those guys love each other. They play hard, and it's going to take a four-quarter effort and then some.
You make a great point. You get to the playoffs, you do have to hit the reset button and throw the records out. You understand that, but do you think these kids do?
Who knows what teenagers think, but I believe they do. I mean, there's so much evidence the last few years these guys have on what it takes, how hard it is. You can't skip any steps, and they've been with it every week on that, and this week shouldn't be any different.
Talk about being at home. Last year we turned into the Smoky Bear Network. We were with you guys all 4 weeks. We're not doing that again, by the way. But can you believe we're in the playoffs?
No, it's been a real fast time, and part of that is routine oriented. But here we are again.
A great group of kids that you love.
Yeah, I mean I remember when it ended last year. We got back, and the coaches were like, it's kind of sad we won't coach some of these guys again. I mean they're just great kids, great families, and fun to be around, and ready to go to battle with them again tonight.
Yeah, looking forward to this one tonight as Sevier County plays host to West. Let's welcome Sophie Starkey back in along with Eric Kane, and let's zero in on 4A now. Sophie, we'll start with you. You were doing the sidelines last Friday when Anderson County pulled off that stunning upset over Alcoa. They've got Volunteer tonight. Can the Mavericks come off that high, do you think?
I think they can. And, Mark, it's really hard not to be inspired by the Anderson County team. Their quarterback, J.D. Gillum, fighting back from injury, then leading the 7-2 Mavericks to that win last week over Alcoa for the number 1 seed. But Volunteer has plenty of firepower as well. They finished their regular season at 7-3. Both these two teams were boosted by some off-season transfers. It's the first time they're ever going to face off. But I think Anderson County's looking pretty dangerous coming off of last week's win.
Yeah, they look good, no question.
I will say, you would think the big loser last week with the Anderson County win was Gibbs, because they were slated to host a home playoff game. And in the short term, maybe they were.
But
in
you look
the
at the
long
road
term, if they can get past tonight, Eric, they go to Elizabethton. Not the same Elizabethton team we've seen for a lot of years. They are a little bit more mortal than they've been. If they can get past this, the road is easier in round 2 than it would be had they been the 2 seed.
Yeah, no doubt. And, Gibbs did. I know they had an early season loss to South Dole that you'd want back. They lost to Alcoa. But, Gibbs did nothing wrong. They should be hosting this playoff game, and I know that it sets up nice for them. But I think this is a team that knows that, going to be energized and ready to go on the road and prove that they should have had that home playoff game in round 1. Elizabethton, though, had the experience. They play deep into the playoffs every year. I understand not a little bit mortal, as you pointed out. That's a tough place to play, but I think you're going to get a team that can throw it as well as run it. Gibbs can always run it, but a team that is energized and motivated to go on the road to get back to home and play where they needed to be, as they should have been, if not for the upset of all upsets last week. I don't know if we'll call it that, but again, Alcoa losing.
It's close.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. Gibbs' Twitter account, when they beat Carter on Thursday night, said we're going to host next week, and they had to delete that. Carter, speaking of the Hornets, they go to Greenville. I don't know if anybody can beat Greenville as a 4-1, but if anybody could, I would take a Carter team that can score the football.
Yeah.
To me, you've got to play a high-scoring shootout game to beat Greenville. You can't be unconventional in how to ball control it. I think Greenville's just too good. I think you've got to try to put up points. Carter can do that.
Last game in 4A, poor Cherokee.
Yeah, they were the other. They and Upperman were the other two losers in that deal last week.
Yeah.
Cherokee, instead of going to Gibbs, gets to go to Alcoa, and Alcoa. I guess they'll host senior night tonight. They normally host it third round, but first round this year.
Yeah, they decided to go ahead. I mean, and Sophie, to wrap the whole thing up, once again, you were on the sideline for Alcoa and Anderson County. I mean, poor Cherokee. How mad is Alcoa?
I mean, I would say they're pretty upset, but that coach, let me tell you, out of every coach I've interviewed, he has been the most grounded. He said, we don't look at opponents. Every opponent's faceless. He never doubted that Anderson County was a good team, and he acknowledged where they messed up and said they need to clean up their act.
Yep, no question.
At the end of the day, Alcoa is judged by gold balls, not by region titles. So, to quote Brian Nix after the game, if we do what we're supposed to, you guys will get another crack at that team in 3 weeks. So, do what you're supposed to do, and that starts tonight.
We'll see what happens. Okay, let's take a break from our previews. Not a break, but let's head into the WBIR studios, take a look at the Blitz Players of the Week, and here's Emily Ray Cochran.
Regular season play of high school football is officially over, but we've still got some accolades to give out. It's the finale of Player of the Week, and we're heading up to Sevier County, where we find not one, but two of our winners. Starting with our Offensive Player of the Week, it's Brayson Hedrick. You might be familiar with that name. He's had a huge season for the Smoky Bears. Also won Player of the Week back in Week 4. And last week's 40-7 win over Mo West, the wide receiver caught 9 passes for 218 yards and 2 touchdowns. We asked him what motivates him to give his all on Friday nights.
My family and my team pushes me hard, and my family's just in my ear pushing me too, so that's pretty much it. They just all want it just as bad as I do.
To the defensive side, Smoky Bears linebacker Joey Galazin. In that same game, he made his presence known. 9 total tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks as well. Joey says it's all about playing for the guy right next to you.
We've always been close. I mean, I've been playing with this same group of people for maybe 14 years, something like around that number, so it's been a ride.
And that's it for our high school football players of the week, both from Sevier County. Of course, the Smoky Bears taking on West tonight. For now, I'll send things back to you.
Let's take a break. The Food City National Anthem is behind us. We'll preview 6A. We'll get you ready for this first round game when we come back. For most of us, our most valuable possession is our home. Well, they say that if you want to increase equity in your home, increase its value, the best way to do it is by renovating your kitchen. So after living in our home for 20 years, we decided to spruce up the kitchen. We made a business decision we call Gray Hodges. Look, if it's the biggest business decision that you make when it comes to your home, don't take a chance. Call the professionals, the people that I trust at Gray Hodges.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results, 546-1111.
Community banking is about location and much more. It's about family. We reside in your community. We are a part of your community. At Commercial Bank, our commitment extends beyond the walls of our branches. It's displayed each day in the opportunities we provide, the money we give back, and the time we commit, all to help improve the lives of the people, families, and businesses that make our communities great. Commercial Bank. Life made better.
Welcome back to the Gray Hodges pregame show. Mark Packer, Austin Price. Sophie Starkey is with us. Eric Kane's making his way up to the press box, and then we'll let him drop a lung when he gets up here and then start the broadcast. Sophie, let's bring you into the picture here. We're talking 6A games tonight. Let's start with Farragut and Dobbins-Bennett.
Yeah, it's deja vu for these two teams. They actually met in the first round of the playoffs last year. DB taking that one 42-24. Now, Farragut's had a little bit of a rough start to its season. They started 0-5, rallied their way back to finish 3-7 going into the postseason, but they're going up against the Indians, who are 9-1. Their only loss being to Oak Ridge. They're on a 6-game winning streak and coming off of a big rivalry win, so they've got some edge.
Yeah, Dobbins-Bennett, big win over Science Hill a week ago, and by the way, we saw that Dobbins-Bennett lost on Rivalry Friday earlier in the year.
Yeah, that's right. That's the loss she's talking about. Yeah. And when you look at Region 1 to 6A, they got the weekend started off the right way with a big win over Oak Ridge last night. Science Hill winning down at the end of that game last night. Bradley Central at Jeff County. I think that's the game of the night in these 6A matchups. Bradley Central can push Jeff County. I think Jeff County should be favored, but I think it could be really close. Westridge and Maryville is not going to be close at all.
Yeah, not close at all. And then Maryville will probably play Riverdale next week and then work their way through that mix. But 6A. I mean, the question is, Farragut gets in there 3-7. Can they do any damage on the road? I mean,
well, here's the thing about this: Dobbins-Bennett is routinely losing these first-round games to these teams that are 4 seeds. They've done it for years. To William Blunt and others, Farragut could very well do that tonight.
All right, let's kind of bring it back here a little bit as we wait for the teams to run out. Had a chance to visit with West head coach Barron Chandler just a few minutes ago. West head coach Barron Chandler is with us. Barron, records are gone. Doesn't matter anymore, does it?
No. In the playoffs, that's the beauty of it, is you get to wipe that slate clean and just go play it 1 week at a time.
I don't know that I've seen a first-round game where the kind of athletes come over that you've got a team that you've got a bunch of players that have state championship rings. You got gold balls in the trophy cabinet.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's exciting about this game. Is just getting to play against a good team there, and you figure you're probably going to have to play them at some point. So get that out of the way in the first round and see what happens.
So one of the best playoff games we had a year ago was Sevier County and West quarterfinal game, double overtime. What do you remember about that?
Well, I didn't like the outcome. That's what I remember about it. But just that it was a hard-fought game all the way down. Kids fighting and just competing, and I think that's what we'll see tonight.
How do you stop Cooper Newman, the quarterback for the Smoky Bears?
Really good quarterbacks, you got to get pressure on them. You got to figure out a way to get pressure on them and then still stay on top of them in the coverage. And, if you can do that, there's not many quarterbacks that are great.
Aaron, good luck.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah.
And as always, our thanks to Jim and Nick's for the incredible pregame meal tonight. What was the best part of it, Austin? You picked it up. I like the whipped mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it was a little bit of everything. It was kind of a new menu this week.
A little different.
A little different compared to what we've been getting. So
brownies were soft.
Yeah, they were moist. If you don't like that word, like my sister-in-law Kim, too bad. Moist. Hey, again, at the end of the day, it's variance, and the crew likes variance. Nobody likes the same thing over and over again. They loved this.
Here's the deal. I'll say this, and this is not just a pitch for Jim and Nick, but I mean, it is. The crew's never been standing around waiting for you to show up like they have.
Well,
this year.
I've got my list of Sevier County communities, and I think I drove by half of these going about 3 miles an hour coming down Governor Winfield down Parkway.
Go ahead, throw something out.
Hey, Locust Ridge, Alder Branch, Bluff Mountain, we got them all through here, including Jack Parton's LeConte Landing. Other notable matchups
and
on this
Pittman Center
Friday night: Kingston at Gatlinburg. Pittman That one will be interesting. Gatlinburg's the only team in the viewing area, the only team, Eric Kane, that is undefeated. That never really happens where you only have one. There's always been a single A team, a double A team,
And
Alcoa,
Alcoa.
Anderson County for so many years,
Yeah.
Maryville. Only one team in its GP that is undefeated. Cumberland Gap at Eagleton. That should be an Eagleton win. And then Cloudland and Coalfield, they played last night. Coalfield won that matchup to move on to next week. The one I'm watching would be a match that happened last night. Kudos to Chad Speck and CAK. They go over, they beat Good Pasture.
Yeah.
They're now to the quarterfinals in private ball because there's only 4 rounds in it. Quarterfinals, they'll play at Lausanne out in Memphis next week.
Yeah, and we've got a little time to as West waits for Sevier County, and boy, the Rebels have a lot to prove tonight, and I hope that kid's okay. A bunch of games. There were a few last night because of the concern of weather tonight.
Lawrence County beats Ray County. Ray County was the 1. Lawrence County was the 4. Now Tennessee High or Halls will host Lawrence County next week. So again, if Tennessee High wins, it's about a 7-hour drive from Lawrence County.
Wow.
Hello. It's a 4.5-hour drive. That's not counting buses, and that's not counting traffic. That's just straight from here to there with none of that stuff included.
Going to have to do a car wash this week to pay for the thing. So Oak Ridge lost to Science Hill 35-31.
Yes.
Coalfield beat Cloudland 51-6. CAK beat Good Pasture 42-35. And then Loudon lost to Stone Memorial with 41-15, I believe.
Yes, now Stone Memorial will head over to Anderson County as long as Anderson County can take care of Volunteer.
Let's take a break. It's Sevier County, the defending 5A state champions, playing host to West, who won gold balls in 22 and 23 when we come back on OEB Rivalry Friday, presented by Food City.
We got a special guest coach today, Catholic alum, Tennessee great, Cooper Mays.
Thanks, Coach. Let's see what your boys got.
That's it. Come on. Let's go. Drop.
Bring it up. Nice work today, man. Y'all hungry? Yeah. We got some Auburn's. Let's eat. Auburn's. Real comfort, real food, real good.
More fingers, Mr. Mays?
Yes, please.
I'm a State Farm agent here in West Knoxville. I love to serve all of East Tennessee for all of your home, car, life, and business insurance. If you need anything insurance related, give us a call at 675-0888.
I'm Tennessee basketball player JP Estrella. Let me give you a tour here of the offices at Knoxville Smiles. Dr. Costa is placing implants with a robot, and it's all done digitally. There's no guessing with this since it's all robotic. Dr. Wilco is the newest addition to the office. He loves to research the latest and greatest in technology, so the other doctors go to him for the newest product information and techniques. Dr. Malone is building teeth in the mouth. To him, cosmetic bonding is more like artwork. He does this without cutting your teeth down. It's all about building them up. Guys, we still have a problem. Do y'all have a bigger chair?
What's up, guys? It's Devin Driscoll, owner of D1 Sports Trade with locations in Hardin Valley and Blount County. If you're looking to take your athlete's sports performance to the next level or increase your overall sports performance and fitness, reach out to us at one of our locations in Hardin Valley or in Blount.
The following live sports broadcast is brought to you by Pac-Man HD Productions.
season is over, and now the real season begins on OEB Rivalry Playoffs, brought to you by Food City. The defending 5A state champions Smoky Bears making their way down onto the field and ready to open defense of their 5A state championship. Mark Factor along with Eric Kane. Austin Price did not get the short sleeve black top. We ran out before we got to you.
I like mine better anyways. I will say this. West is not your normal 4 and 5.
No, not at all. No, there's no question about that.
So, so if you're gonna beat the defending champs, you're gonna have to do it.
Key players. Let's start with Messiah Wren.
Yeah, Messiah Wren's one of those guys that's been doing it for year over year for West. You know, they got a great 1-2 punch with Wren and Raheem Lee, but Wren's kind of that senior in the room. 9 touchdowns, almost 700 yards receiving. He's a threat through the air as well. 22, they're going to run a lot of jet sweeps with him, but he does a great job putting the foot down and getting north-south in a hurry. That's Messiah Wren of Knox West.
Yeah, you flip it to the Sevier County Smoky Bears, and they've got a plethora of players that you could talk about, but it all starts and ends with one guy, right? Cooper Newman. The ball's going to be in his hands a lot tonight. Expect him to take a lot of deep shots to Bryson Hedrick, try to work it to Parker Newman as well. Cooper Newman has been fantastic, and he takes care of the football. You go back to last year, he's only got 5 picks in the last 2 years combined.
And the broadcast starts and ends with Sophie Starkey down on the sideline. Sophie?
Coach, your team is no stranger to the playoffs. What do they need to execute tonight against West in their run game?
Yeah, we just got to come out and do what we've been doing, play fast, play physical, and expect a 4-quarter game.
The last time I spoke to you about Cooper Newman, you said his pulse never changes. Is that the same going into the playoffs?
It's like that ever since I've known the kid. I'm not worried about him.
Yeah. You said he's Mr. Consistent. How have you seen that?
Yeah, just daily habits every day, on the field, off the field, weight room, wherever he is. He's a winner, and everybody gravitates toward it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Sophie, thank you. First quarter, as always, brought to you by OEB Law. Turn your wreck into a check with OEB Law. West won the toss. They have decided to defer. And I would say a spectacular night for football, but I don't want to jinx anything because Todd Howell always says it's an AV night for absolutely beautiful. I said on WBIR earlier, tell Todd it's a U for absolutely unstable.
Feels great out here right now. Doesn't feel like fall. Last couple weeks it felt like fall. A little heat tonight, but let me ask you this. Are you guys surprised that West deferred? I mean, typically you want to defer, but West, the way you play defense.
I want to go on defense.
Yeah,
I want the football to start the second half.
I just thought maybe you want to try to strike first, knowing your
that offense, the one we saw last week.
Well, I know, but my point is, sorry, Eric. Do you want to go behind? I'm not saying they're automatically going to score a touchdown, but do you want to go down 7-0 because that's tough sledding?
Eric, I'm sorry. Rule number 1, I've always said to Austin, don't call me out on the air. I just called you out on the air. I apologize.
Okay.
You owe me one.
That's the first time you've ever done that.
Just bringing a point to the yard. Maybe it wasn't a good one.
Does it get any better than the playing surface here at the Smoky Bears? I'll say this. Credit Jack Parton, former director of schools. He started the move to all of the turf, which pushed Knox County to do all that.
By the way, Eric, 704. Okay, and the over-under of the first time Austin mentioned Jack Parton was 706.
Here we go.
Under hit.
Got the under. To your point about the turf, I missed the crowd.
I know.
I missed the crowd. You looked at the opposing sideline, you can only see waist up.
Hey, there was a crown of all crowns here at Sevier County. I remember William Blunt was Sevier County earlier a few years back, and you couldn't even see from one side to the other.
All right, boys. From Lick Log Hollow to Rocky Flats, it's Playoff Friday. And it starts with a touchback.
Disappointed you didn't mention Boogertown.
Oh, it's coming.
It's later.
It's coming.
Later.
It's coming.
We got to work that in when we're talking to Sophie. You know, I wonder if she's ever heard of Boogertown.
Dad Stubbers brought to you by the Knoxville Smokies. Cooper Newman, kind of low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, 33 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. And what Sevier County does so well, they're going to work the screen game. They're going to try to draw the defense in, and they're going to throw it over the top to Hedrick, Newman, Maples. It's a really good philosophy when you got a quarterback that can put that ball on the money.
When these teams played a year ago in the quarterfinal, it was 3-0 Sevier County at the half. Neither team could get any offense going It's almost going to be kind of a battle of wills in this one as you take a look at the Sevier County offense.
Yeah, a lot of big boys up front as well. 4 seniors on that offensive line, but as we've already mentioned, the weapons all over the place with Bryson Hedrick, Parker Newman, Wyatt Maples, Nathan Patterson, who just got the carry there on first down, a sophomore. He'll split time with Alexis Martinez, another sophomore in the backfield.
Gain of 7 on first down. Expecting good stats tonight as Zach Nelson is filling in for Joe McNish tonight. And our first flag of the night from our Region 1 crew up at Tri-City.
Prior to the snap, ball starts. Offense number 68. 5 yards from the previous spot. Still second down.
Adam Knobloch is our referee tonight as you take a look at the defense. Very athletic defense, that secondary to be tested.
Always is, but last week against Powell, Austin, I mean, that front 7 was a force to be reckoned with.
They're going to have to be tonight. Yeah. They're going to have to get in his face, force him into some throws he doesn't want to make. If you let him have time, it's not going to end well.
Yep. JP Peace, who we highlighted in the pregame show, going to have a nice game at linebacker for West.
Second down and 8. Newman's first pass of the game. He'll take a shot deep. He has Bryson Hedrick behind the secondary. Hedrick makes the catch. He's going to take it 78 yards for the touchdown. Welcome to the game. Did I just say that a year ago it was 3-0 at the half? We are 1 minute, 10 seconds in, and we have a touchdown.
And you just talked about this defense, though stout, the secondary going to get tested. Play number 1, Yorick Cook in coverage and no help.
Well, that defense you talk about from a year ago, the one spot where they lost players was the secondary. And that just showed up in a big way.
Yeah. Nice catch there by Bryson Hedrick.
And here's the question for West. I mean, very early you asked this question as the ball gets about 12 feet off the ground. Can they match? So let's take a quick break.
Which goes back to what Eric said.
That was my point. Yeah, that was a great point, Eric. You are incredibly smart.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care, because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Well, all year long, Rivalry Thursday, Rivalry Friday, brought to you by Covenant Health, our proud presenting sponsor all year long, and could not do this without Covenant Health. So many locations to serve you and your family with Covenant Health. 7-0 Sevier County, just 1:10 into the game. And now the Rebels looking to make something happen on special teams from the 12-yard line. And they'll start at the 27-yard line. Quarterback going to have to play a little bit better tonight than he did last week against Powell.
Yeah, and they've been playing too, Austin, and Jack Harrison and Cannon Dow. We saw that last week, and Jack Harrison will get the start here, but no doubt about it. There's going to be a lot of points scored. They're going to have to get quarterback play by the Rebels.
You don't have to score right here, but you do, in my opinion, have to pick up a few first downs, flip the field. I never want to say it's a must-score first drive of the game.
But
correct. But you also
snowball.
don't want to go 3 and out and then give them the ball right back. Couple first downs minimum.
After a 3-play, 80-yard drive as Messiah Wren around right in. They'll take that all night long as he picks up about 6.5 yards. An offense that, to steal a line from Austin and Hank Stram in Super Bowl IV, they matriculated up and down the field a week ago, just never could score.
Yeah, you couldn't cash in when you got into the red zone or near the red zone. They run the football again. Messiah Wren, nice gain of 8 on first down. Raheem Lee will get into that action too. They've got playmakers on the outside. It's just getting the football out there.
Second down and 2. They'll look to throw. Quick pass. And they will get the first down as Abel Ancelet takes the shot. Really good defense. You keep your eye on Parker Newman. We talked about him. Sophie did in the pregame show. He's kind of everywhere, along with Bryson Hedrick.
Fine. They're Power 4 schools looking at Parker Newman to play defense. Like, he has a lot of eyeballs on him for that side of the ball.
First down, the Rebels. A 3-yard gain. Very nice pursuit by that Sevier County defense led by Joey Gallazin, number 47.
And this is a defense that's very aggressive. When the ball's in the air, they go get it. I mean, you got Bryson Hedrick, 3 interceptions, 2 pick sixes. Parker Newman, who you just mentioned, 3 picks. Wyatt Maples, who made the tackle a moment ago, 4 PBUs and a pick. They go get that thing.
I do like letting him get a couple of completions early to build some confidence.
Yeah. Second down and 7. Messiah Wren taking the shot off right tackle. And we talk about Messiah Wren, but Raheem Lee is the guy that really is the tough runner.
Look at the yards per carry. He's big, he's physical, and he's averaging 6.5 per touch.
A little banged up. One of the things the Sevier County coaches asked is, how's Raheem Lee? And I said, they really wouldn't say.
And when they really wouldn't say, I mean, you're keeping things pretty close. Big third down here.
Yeah, third down and 5 at your 42. Quick pass.
And that was telegraphed. Should have been picked off. Could have been picked off. That could have easily been a pick 6 as Joey Gallazin dropped the football.
What I've noticed in the throwing motion of Harrison, he's very slow to take the ball and get in throwing motion. It just takes a while to get rid of it. Threw it between the 2 receivers, and Gallazin almost had a pick.
And you just had wide pop right there. You had the tight end go a couple yards down the field and just turn around, and that linebacker read it like a book and didn't have to even move too far to his left to make a play on the ball.
Got a Colquitt out there on the field, wearing number 47. A nice high punt, takes a high bounce.
Special teams.
And they'll let it roll down to about the 2-yard line.
Good play.
You have a student getting ready for the ACT after a 56-yard punt. Make sure you consider my friends at Cooch Cram Course. Science section is now optional. You got to get in there for that final opportunity for UT, which is coming up on Saturday, December the 13th. Give them a shout, 865. You've got the number there on your screen. It is Coots Cram Course.
And not that Sevier County doesn't earn everything it gets, but, if you're going to score on this drive, boy, you're going to have to earn it. Ball at the 2-yard line. Great punt by Colquitt, and great teams coverage down the field to down that inside the 5.
Took a nice bounce.
Yeah.
Obviously coached well by his father, Dustin, I'm sure. Inside handoff off left tackle. Running through tackles, and that's the young running back, Patterson.
And just a sophomore. He is a load, Eric. If you look at him, he's 5'10", but he's about 180 pounds. And runs, as we talked about with Todd Love, like an old school back. There's not a lot of wiggle. If he's going to have a chance to run you over, he's going to try.
And he got a taste of the action last year, when we had all the playoff games.
Yes, because they had the injuries.
Yes, and so this stage, obviously, not big for him at all.
First down and 10. Now, Cooper Newman and Parker Newman will take a shot on the sideline and then slung out of bounds. Is that a penalty of a little bit after the whistle?
I mean, you can't help him.
Or was it before?
It's either a hold on Sevier County or a late hit.
Well, the flag's on the field to play.
Yeah. Hold on Sevier County.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's close to being a late hit, too.
Holding, offense number 15. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Patterson, a 14-yard run on one play, and then a penalty on the next.
Yep. Don't want that. And you certainly don't want to be playing behind the sticks at your own 10.
It's always so different when we get to the playoffs and there's all these other games going on. Following other scores and other games. First down and 16. Cooper Newman across the middle to Parker. And Parker Newman will carry defenders out past the 20. Boy, just the effort for 14 yards.
Yeah,
Look at it.
The momentum, right? That's a slant. The momentum took him to the middle of the field. He caught it. It continued just to carry him across the middle of the field.
He's just such a load. I mean, he's big. He is physical, and he keeps those legs churning.
Yeah, from a first down in 16, maybe 17 to a second down in about 2.5.
What if they just straight ran go balls all night to Bryson Hedrick?
So they'll hand off to Patterson off left tackle, and he'll be stopped short of the first down, so it'll be a third down and about 1.
West defensive line lived in the backfield, it felt like, for at least 3 quarters of that football game. Good opportunity here on 3rd and 1 to kind of announce your presence, what a big stop this would be, and you get pretty good field position. First third down for Sevier County in the early going.
3rd down and 1, inside handoff, and they'll get the first down as Patterson leans forward.